Alrighty, and we're live.
Hello.
Still waiting on a couple to show up, specifically Kai and Misaki. Fenrir said he was still going to be out tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, we'll go ahead and start with just kind of our basics. Starting up with the shoutouts. Him, you are a Stewie, Ike Ironlegs, Lady Delin, Lexi Charisma, and Gorm. As current subscribers to the channel, we do certainly appreciate the support. As a reminder, we do have a Tasha's Cauldron of Everything giveaway running. Once we hit that 250 followers on Twitch, the drawing will commence. For those watching this later on YouTube, Rumble, etc., make sure to check out the respective links on the bottom of the page or wherever the heck they're at on those particular pages. Head over to our Twitch channel and click that follow for a free entry. Finally, additionally, we do have links down below here on the Twitch page for our Teespring and through the Amazon affiliate option. Feel free to use those if you'd like to support the channel in a way that also gets you cool merchy stuff. That said, I'll turn it over to the players to recap what happened last time.
We broke the rest of the statue thingies that were sort of prisons for Celestials. And then when the shield was down, Ark went, ha! And then Kai went, boop.
You mean when the shields were down, we commenced firing on the main reactor?
I did make that reference last week, yes. But then I couldn't react because I was paralyzed. That's only because he saw me as the most dangerous threat in the room. Yeah, we're going with that. So then after Kai 1,000 years of death him, and he just disintegrated into nothing, we found that the old gentleman in the back who was chained to a chair was a lot older than we originally anticipated and was in fact cursed by red mages to be undead and never die, but still be completely conscious. So we decided that he's not so bad and decided to disguise him and take him with us up to the trade city, which Ark was finding fascinating and did not contain elephants. And I gave the brilliant suggestion that we give them at least one magical item that we weren't going to use, otherwise they might be disappointed, and that worked. Draho wrapped up his business with the illithid, with whatever the liquid was that was bleeding out of Navarro's book. Ark politely declined a offer to trade some of his fur for some mushroom wood.
Worst deal in the history of deals.
If they want your hair, you can give them your hair.
Did we actually wrap up the thing with Draho's deal? I don't remember what he got.
I
think we were
so.
kind of in the middle of that when we stopped.
Yeah, I got an idea of what he wants now.
Okay. And also we made. I also Ark, once we got back to our dwarven base camp, they saw that he had only one of the 5 most sacred relics of their entire civilization. So he's like, oh yeah, sure, you can have that. And they told him that the accent should go away. But accents lasting more than 4 days, you should see your apothecary.
I'm invested in one of those.
Of course you are. But
do you have a monopoly on it?
Harry's herbalism and apothecary. Yes, I have monopolies on everything.
On the note of us not following our own advice when we talk to Kibble and or gnomes, Ark did have stuff happen to him when he touched the axe. So when we started seeing other magical items fall off of a person that we couldn't fully identify, we used, for the last time, Rocky Balboa to put it into the bag of holding. And so now we're just kind of wrapping up the last scene and then going upstairs.
All right. So that leaves us off in the village of Bragan, chatting with the elephant.
Yes, and now that I've had time since what I originally wanted, we got in the dungeon, had another plan for what Draho wanted for that vial.
Mm-hmm.
He wants a book on essentially the inner workings of the 9 hells.
Okay.
who has what authority where, the politics between different devils and devil lords, what their strengths and weaknesses are, all the basic stuff you could get. A book that's much more than just fairy tales.
What foods are they known for?
In the back of your mind, you feel that kind of slick talking coming from the Illithid. I think we can make that deal. I don't have those with me currently, but I can have them delivered.
Yeah, that's fine. Send your deliverer. Once you hand me the books, I'll hand your delivery boy the vial, and we can go our own way.
That sounds acceptable. Where would you like them dropped off at?
Now, because I'm out of character, I'm not going to let him know where I live. That's for sure.
A mailbox?
But you're willing to give him a magical item that could potentially lead back to me.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you give for letting me carry around a vial of blood from your book.
I didn't even know you had it.
I do dumb stuff.
Quote of the
night. But since I can do that, I'm going to give him the name of something that I don't mind getting leveled if it comes to that. What's the name of that place we went to before we went out to the mine?
Which mine?
Oh, wait, no. I'd have to be there to meet him, wouldn't I? I can't send someone to do the exchange for me, can I? Or can I?
I mean, you could leave your name and then they can send a courier to get you.
Okay, we'll just have him send it to the tavern.
Okay. I can certainly see to that going to the Sword Tables Lounge.
Yes, if you want to send it there, I will have the vial held with the shopkeep. Once he gets the book and confirms it, I will give you the vial. Everything will go well.
Yes. Yes, it will.
What exactly are you planning to do with this vial?
Oh, research, of course. A
Draho,
book that bleeds? That has to be interesting.
Draho, did you tell him, her, them that that was the name of the tavern before?
What? No. Why would I?
I don't like this.
I mean, it keeps talking in my head. I just assume it understood the name of the tavern without me having to tell it.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 3.
That is most certainly a number.
He's good.
Yeah. Okay, that seems like a good deal then.
He slowly bows before you. Not a full deep bow, just kind of that acknowledgement. Lean forward.
Yep, I will do the same because, when in the Underdark, do what the savages do.
Hey, and there's a Kaiser.
Welcome.
Howdy.
Well, we're doing business with Illithids.
You're doing business with Illithids. My brain meats are safe.
I mean, in a way, we're all doing business with them because it's Draho. You all will have to suffer the repercussions with me.
Or kill you.
But
Pretty sure if I get on the bad side of the Illithids, you won't have to kill me.
any other things of
You're not
interest
wrong.
for trade?
No, that's the only thing I had that had any desire to disappear with.
Acceptable. We shall see to that as quickly as we can, but we must retrieve those from another crystal sphere.
That's fair. Take your time, but make it quick.
As quickly as possible, young elf.
Thank you. I'm going to get up and leave because I have no more reason to be near these things.
Okay.
Is there a door that like closes to wherever
The main exit will get you kind of out of the building into that underground lakeish area,
Okay.
which that actually is the doorway.
I'm just saying that like from the chamber that we were just in talking to this guy, because I assume he has his own office.
Oh no, this is just all one kind of open, think like Nordic hall.
Oh, okay. That would make sense. Okay. Well, anyway, once we get once we decided we're like leaving, I didn't want to be rude, but did anyone else notice he had an octopus on his face? It was weird.
Yeah, they do weird things in the Underdark. They're not normal.
They're not from the Underdark.
That explains it. They're from the sticks of the sticks.
Kibble's kind of looking back and forth
Raho?
between you two.
Maybe
It's like,
one day.
What does that mean?
I don't know. There weren't any trees down here. I don't know how there'd be sticks.
Don't the fungus
The
people
sticks
have
is
trees?
what we lovingly call any place that isn't Mithdrana.
What's the okay?
Does that make Mithdrana or Stickstraner?
He's got a point.
No. Sticks is a derogatory term for any place that's less cultured than us.
You were just being arrogant and impolite. Now it makes sense.
So what exactly
Yes.
are you planning to do with a book on the Nine Hells, Draho?
I'm planning to do crap with it. You, on the other hand, can probably use it to get some leverage in the Nine Hells, since I hear you've got a lot of business there and what. Might as well get something good out of it. My original plan was to get a book on the Feywild to help Fenrir, but we already found one, so...
I like how your plan is to buy a book for Navarra that she didn't ask for, and pay for it with the liquid from the book that she doesn't know you took.
Yeah, but see, this is an investment in, like, one, it's good to know the politics of the Nine Hells, who's like Sue, who doesn't. Like, it gives you a lot of advantage knowing more about their structure. But also, you know, it's a good investment for somebody that has 3 devils currently vying for their soul.
Well, I appreciate the thought, Draho. I have it more or less under control.
Yeah, that's what you said, 2 packs ago. Sorry, but after Pact 3, I start to doubt your credibility in that.
If this comes back to bite me, you've seen what I can do with an Eldritch Blast.
The one chance Draho gets to be...
And I know where you sleep.
Don't sleep.
You see Kibble take several steps away from Draho.
No!
Ugh.
I will levy all the fires of the Nine Hells against you.
Well,
Several
soon
more
we'll know
steps.
exactly what all the fires of the Nine Hells are.
Right. So anyway, it's going to take us, like a day to get up all the way to the surface from here?
Yep. And mind you, you guys have not rested in roughly a day.
Got wagons. We can rest while the dwarves travel.
While we're about to try to go over a lake in the Underdark. Yeah, that sounds brilliant.
There was a boat the last time, for what it's worth, Ark.
Oh, yeah. But that was like a month ago. Also, I fell through the floor. That was fun.
That's why I was telling you about the boat.
Right. See, it's been so long, I forgot what I wasn't around for.
It was only like 4 days.
So, should I assume
If you want to be
all
realistic, we've
continuing
spent
on?
4 days down there roughly. Yeah. Yeah, let's keep going. I want to get
I
out
would
of the
assume
Underdark.
we're probably not going to find a place to stay here.
Not in any of the, shall we say, domiciles.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to sleep here.
Okay.
At the very least, I'd like to be on the other side of the water.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay. In that case, the dwarves reconstruct their kind of boatish yacht cart
Ferry.
thing, constructing more pylons to get you guys across.
Excellent.
Yep.
We made this out of an old pallet.
They ferry over to the other side, and Casting walks up. He's like, "All right, you all go ahead and get on out. We're gonna go back and make a couple trips to get everything. We'll meet you back up in Ravens Bluff."
Okay, just be real careful. Okay, it's weird down there.
Oh yeah, we've got the other ones of your party that you left on the other side. We'll bring them up with us.
I love how you say you left. Look, the boat's only big enough for me and one other person.
So, continuing your trek. Your trek out of the village of Bragan is simple, though slow. Back over the lake and up the tunnel passages leads you back to the Illwater prison's lowest depths, and to the point of entry that you started this journey beneath the prison. The wall is still crumbled, and at this point, it's been kind of planked over. There's just board after board after board. They don't look to be in any uniform option, just haphazardly there in that section of wall, and then nailed together.
Okay, so is this like barricaded, or can we actually get through?
It does seem to be solidly connected to the wall.
Okay.
Your specialty.
So none of the guards are on this side then, right?
What's that?
None of the guards are on this side, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna just knock.
Okay.
No.
It's
us.
You hear odd cries of alarm kind of sounding out and warnings that another
Oh,
attack
we're
might
not
be
here.
imminent.
No.
Beyond that doorway, you can hear kind of hurried footsteps that are of armored boots kind of clattering on the floor. Who's
Be
there?
prepared to get stabbed.
Rubber, we helped you defend this place.
Yeah, that's not a name.
I'm
Of
all
course,
right.
I'll step forward. Drahoslava von Reiklenmir III. Obviously.
Well, only one of you can actually say that name, so sure. All right.
No, we just don't dignify him by saying all of it.
The planks slowly get removed, and before you is standing that Knight Captain Faraz. By the gods, it's good to see that it's you. We thought we lost you down in the depths before, or depths down below here, and we're actually planning on patching up this wall with new stone at the end of the next 10 day.
Oh, well, I mean, that wouldn't have been much of a problem, but you know.
Only for the smiths that, or the masonry people that need to re-put that back up after you come through.
I mean, I would have paid him, but you know.
Well, anyway, come on up. How are you guys doing? Should I even ask? And what is that smell?
That would be us.
We haven't bathed. You might not realize this, but there's like no accommodations down there.
Ah, I see. Well, come on up. You can rest here if you'd like. We'll get you some appropriate accommodations.
Also, we did fight a lot of stuff down there, and I don't think we had all that much time to maybe like properly taxiderm all this hide we're carrying.
The dwarves took care of most of that for you.
Okay.
And we got to take them on more adventures.
They are very hardy and utilitarian. So
Okay. Faraz, as he's leading you up, you're slowly escorted out of the prison's depths. Smiles, hearty laughs, and warm welcomes are given by the other knights guards that are there with him. Well, since your descent, we haven't had any additional creatures come up through the tunnel beyond several prisoners who stated that they wandered through weird and shifting tunnels for quite some time and eventually found their way back up. Now that all of them have been placed back in their cells, we're only shy just a few. And he looks over at the former mayor, one of which I see is with you at the moment. I'll not ask about that particular end of your journey.
Wait, he was being held prisoner here?
He said he wasn't asking?
Correct. And as you go up through that first layer of cells, O'Kane just turns and walks into one.
It was a voluntary thing.
Huh. Okay.
Since, he's all undead and stuff.
Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. Guess we can't take him back up top with us.
Yeah, I guess that's going to have to be a private meeting.
Now, would you like rooms, baths, soap?
Yes.
Before any of that, I just want to be outside for a minute.
Oh, of course.
Also, send someone to wash our clothes.
Just set them just outside your room. They'll be taken care of.
Can't you do the finger snappy thing? Like, what's the point of having the magic if you don't do it?
The point of having the magic is that's servants' jobs.
Anyway.
So he leads you up, exiting the keep from the Illwater prison. Currently, the skies are overcast, and there's a bit of a light drizzle that's falling.
Ark's just gonna...
You become damp.
Some might say moist. Okay, so you have me come back in, and there's a new smell.
Yep.
Wet fur. You can barely stand it.
But I'm...
Hey.
Barely stand it before.
So, they get you rooms, get you all cleaned up. You guys are able to rest, so no problems that arise from not resting. The next morning, that drizzle seems to have moved into kind of a full rain.
Well, it's going to be a little sloshy getting back to the tavern, I guess.
So, heading back out towards the ferry, the night captain continues to lead you. And as soon as you're outside the main keep, he waves his hand up in the air towards one of the towers. There, cannot talk tonight. There, an archer fires a lone arrow, alit with a fiery tip into the sky. The ferry will be here soon enough. I want to thank you all for everything you've done for the city. They may not know it, but the monsters that you've slain, or at least that I'd assume you've slain by that stench yesterday, which I'm still picking up some of that. Are you sure that everything's okay?
Yeah, totally.
Do I smell what he's talking about?
Give me a perception check.
First.
Was it a 20 or a 1?
I'm laughing. Which do you think it was?
I don't know. It could be either way.
First roll of the night. Was a natural one.
I thought it was, but I wanted to make sure. I want to perceive too.
Starting out strong. All
To
right.
be fair, there was so much death down there, my nostrils, even after the sleep, were probably oversaturated.
Any roll coming? Looks like Kai is logging in. Kai, you'll notice this automatically, but it's just kind of pervasive. Navarra and Draho, you're noticing that weird kind of smell of death is coming from Kai.
Huh?
It's been a persistent thing for quite some time, but down in that kind of claustrophobic area, it just seemed to be emanating from everywhere.
I mean, in fairness, he looks like he doesn't bathe too often.
Hey, Kai, everything okay?
Is he
Oh, yeah.
naked?
Is your mic on?
Oh yeah, everything's just fine.
You smell really bad. Worse than usual.
Have for quite some time.
I know, but it's worse.
I'll give it back. But can I just hold your halberd for a second? Or glaive or
That's
whatever.
not the halberd. You want to know what it is?
What?
Yes.
Okay, everybody huddle up.
I'll
pull out the dragon stone. If you hold onto this for about an hour, you'll smell this bad too.
Is that how the dragon? Oh, okay. Do we maybe want to put that in one of the bags?
No, it's wonderfully useful, and you got to hold on to it for about an hour before you can make use of its powers.
Right. Okay, but like, do we want to smell like that?
Well, when I'm out adventuring, I don't care.
Okay, so for right now, can we put it in one
Given
of
the
bags?
people that we're hunting, it's kind of beneficial.
Right. No, I get that, but I'm just saying, we're about to go back into town. Do we maybe want to put those?
But putting it into the bag, it's still going to linger for a while. Really, what I want to do is go home and take a shower and make sure I put it somewhere safe.
I think putting it in one of the bags is pretty safe. I
It's
think
fine.
that
Let him
smells good.
stink. He'll stay on the opposite side of us.
If we go into town smelling like that, it's going to draw attention, which isn't safe.
We're adventurers. We're supposed to draw attention.
Right,
Also,
but not
you're
that
walking with
attention,
Draho.
because anyone else who's still in town who used to be an adventurer might go like, "Hey," and then see that as a problem. It's the same.
Well, okay, here's the deal. We're traveling with Draho. You've looked at him. Also, we attended for many, many, many weeks a secret public murder fest where we grandstanded and pimped our abilities.
We're not supposed to talk about that, apparently.
Right.
Just
So there's people who know about us and probably very interested in, what we might be carrying. And if people smell that off of us, they might start like looking into that, which is, I'm just saying that the less people know about us having that, the better. And we don't want to cause suspicion. I'm just saying we smell bad as it is, just having been down there. We don't need that adding to it. I will give it back to you. It's just for now, from A to B.
My suggestion would be we smell bad because we just spent several months adventuring and we're going to smell bad. And we've been all through town and I've been carrying this for months. I've been smelling bad.
Yeah, I just
remember when we got this?
Yeah, and I said
I've had it since then. So I've had this around your girlfriend. I've had this in all of Draho's shops.
I thought I specifically declared that I put it into a bag of holding and kept it on me so that if the dragons show up, they attack me first.
And I specifically said I stole it.
I don't remember that happening.
It was a while back.
I remember you. Okay.
I've been using it every time I've thrown shield. My vampiric touch. I've been using this quite conspicuously for a hot minute.
And
that's good to know. I think it's because, like, with me, it would have been just a matter of you all stink to me. So to me, it wouldn't have made any difference.
Okay.
Well, and when I said something about it, that's pretty much what happened. I said I smell really bad, and Draho's like, "What else is new?" And everybody kind of shrugged their shoulders and moved on with it. Also, I've been pitched into piles of rotting meat. I've been set on fire, electrocuted, set on fire, electrocuted, set on fire, and electrocuted.
I mean, so am I, but that's part of the strategy.
Yeah, but it also leads to me smelling bad. So it's pretty much par for the course.
You know what?
Fairness, like I said, he looks like a bandit that hasn't cleaned in years. So
he's also a tiefling, so like we might just say that it's a glandular thing. I don't know.
Throughout this entire conversation, the Knight Captain's mouth has just been slack. And he backs up a little bit, and he's like, "I'll see myself out." Turns around and walks away.
And more than that, if somebody's
people act
going
like
to
they've
come
never been
this
involved in death fight for a week straight.
I mean, this guy doesn't get paid enough for that.
I want them to come for me.
I mean, yeah, I don't care if everyone attacks you.
Some of it.
They just hopefully won't make you do a saving throw.
Oh,
All they
Yeah.
need to do is
Savage.
come
Yeah, I
within
went
10 feet of you.
well, I mean, you're the other person in this party I would trust to carry it, but you're not going to put it in a bag because I've already demonstrated how safe things are in a bag.
In fairness, I don't trust any of us with it. I would have put it in Eno's coffin and buried it with him.
That's too easy to locate.
And we know how well hiding things away have worked, Draho.
Yeah.
As much as
somebody's
I
gotta
am
bury
loath
hiding
to
stuff.
agree, I think Kai's right.
Okay.
Somebody's got to bear it. It
It was
doesn't
just-
have to be me, but it has to be somebody that's willing to be a target.
I
Also,
wasn't
whoever
suggest-
bears it,
Okay, for like the fourth time trying to start this sentence, I wasn't suggesting we do that forever. I just meant for now. Like for the afternoon. Or what time is it?
About afternoon.
Okay, yeah, for the afternoon. That's all.
I think we're making too much information about this stone.
I mean,
Okay,
if he's
well,
already been walking around like this for however long it's been since we got it, I don't see what the difference is.
I am just piecing that together now. It's like when you go back and watch. It's like when you go back and watch the Thriller movie a second time, you realize, oh, that guy's been in the background in like 8 scenes.
Still don't know what's going on, so
I don't think it's that big of a deal at this point.
Okay, I just don't want to have to punch a bunch of random villagers. So,
I mean,
Why
we
not?
would have had to
No.
punch a bunch of random villagers already if that was going to happen.
that's that. I am catching up on this even happening. Okay.
I was not aware of it until just now, but
I've been under a different assumption for a while. So,
in fairness, I probably should have made a lot bigger deal about it. But I
Likewise,
thought that
that's why I brought it
everyone
up.
was aware. I thought that
Also-
everyone was aware that I was carrying the stone and what that meant.
I think this is an important lesson on communication skills.
yeah, I was under the impression that it was in a bag of holding, but
Dude, everyone did except Kai.
I can mentally retcon that.
okay.
That's
well,
what I said. It feels like this is a whole thing of bad communication skills because we were all on a separate page.
at least you didn't inadvertently create an evil AI bent on the extinction of all non-artificial life.
I'm trying, but Fantasy Grounds is really difficult for that.
I wasn't talking to you.
So,
That's in character. Ark now breaks the fourth wall. No,
are we continuing on to the
Looks like
ferry?
because there's a door.
Yes. Now that we all understand what's happening and the confusion is over, because I think I was with Ark through that whole thing of like, yeah, it was in his bag, and then realized it's not. I'm like, oh yeah, because Kai takes stuff and gives people their own mind.
Alrighty.
That would explain why the bag of holding weighs exactly how much it did before.
Mhm. So, heading to the
I'm
docks.
going to tell you about this play called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
You head out through the giant walled gates. Minimal signs of your previous battle remain, save for a few areas of grass that have not grown back in, and small divots where larger hits were impacted. With a
You know
light
what the
chugging sound and a soundless puff, puff, puff of smoke, the ferry slowly comes into sight, rounding the small island prison.
I forgot that the ferry was steam powered.
As it makes its final approach to the dock, you can see the ferryman limping his way across the deck. Grabbing a length of rope, he tosses it around the anchor point on the pier. Looking in your direction, he stands there with his hands on his hips, awaiting you.
I'm sorry, I just love this guy. Just
Yep.
Well, what you waiting for? Get on. All right. And I help with the loading of the carts and all the stuff because that's complicated and requires muscles.
Okay. Well,
And I
it looks
dictate
like
what
you
everyone
made it
should
back
do.
alive.
And I have like 50% of the party's muscle.
That says something, it does. Come aboard. Let's be off.
Okie dokie.
You guys get all loaded up, and with a stuttering lurch, the chugging sound begins anew, and light puffs of smoke exit from a small L-shaped pipe near the back of the ship, releasing gouts of condensed fume away from the small craft. Slowly but surely, the shoreline and the ferry pier comes into view, and after some time, you're docked. Roughly about 1-ish now. Where would you like to go?
Excellent. I mean, we're back in Ravens Bluff, right?
Correct.
Well, maybe we should talk to Eno because, well, they've got the other stone, and we never got to see it. We're not even sure which one.
That's what I was going to suggest. Go talk to Eno, and I also want to, if Eno's no longer there, I want to give his the guy that's now owning the tavern, because I assume Eno trusted him enough, that vial and tell him about the deal coming forward.
Okay. So, off to the Sword Tables Lounge. Doesn't take you terribly long to get over there. It's basically a quarter of the city in walk. But as you enter, the scene within the Sword Tables Lounge is one that you're not very much accustomed to. The place is fairly packed, with little pockets of room just enough to maneuver your way through the crowd. Though for as many as there are in the building, the mood is not one of levity. Its tones are somber. Its patrons are dressed in dark colors, and no drinks are in hand.
Ark would like to make an insight check to figure out if he understands what I understand.
Sure.
Well, it wasn't a 1. 11.
Yeah, that'll do.
I mean, keep in mind, like, you know, his tribe's rituals about this kind of thing are a little bit different. But does he understand enough?
He does. You've seen processions moving through the cities before.
Well, I would take it that...
surprising considering this is the first city I've ever been to.
Well, considering where you would have traveled through, just on your way here.
And, okay, so you see... so there's there's nowhere to sit?
Not currently, no.
Okay.
Well, because Draho knows exactly how to handle delicate situations that he does, I'm going to walk in and very loudly and assertively say, "What's everyone so glum about?"
Ark glares at you.
Nybar is going to smack you across the shins with her quarterstaff.
Well, that saves me time.
And
What?
as you say that, and this plays out, a small amount of the crowd kind of parts, and you can see that on the middlemost table, it holds a curious sight. A large cedar coffin is splayed across it. Delicate engravings of arcane symbols and wailing faces of devils and demons are littered across the exposed surfaces. An ever so slight tuft of red velvet can be seen brimming from the top of the coffin's edges.
Oh. Now Draho understands. I take it Eno is in the box?
Yep, getting close, you see him in there.
Okay.
Looking serene, rather peaceful, but aged probably another 50, 60 years. So his body is nearly emaciated. His beard has gone from a decent long white beard to almost down to belly button. And his hair has grown out about that long too.
Well, this is a new thing for Draho. He's never experienced advanced age in humans. or anything. This is a very disturbing sight. He's just slightly older than I am. Like, literally, I'm like 353. He's like 355. So, yeah, this is not comfortable for Draho to see that this is what it's like not being an elf. This is what you look like after 350 years on this planet. And you age instantly within a day.
Most of us don't make it that far.
Really? I knew it was short, but I didn't think it was that short.
We're lucky if we get a third of that.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you accomplish anything? It takes 100 years to just become proficient enough to leave your household.
Well, for one thing, Draho, some of us know when to not talk. Saves a
And
lot.
most of us aren't terribly slow learners.
And about this
This
point,
is gonna
pushing
now.
through the,
This is now gonna lead to Draho going in the corner and just sort of sitting quietly at the table.
There's nowhere to sit.
Yep. But
He'll
about this
stand
point,
by the bar.
pushing through some of the patrons, Tobias appears. It's good you've come back. Let's move into the office and we can discuss a few things. And you see him begin to kind of push his way back towards the bar.
Excellent. I'll follow him.
All right. Tobias leads you back through the kitchen, into a short hallway, and then into an office. It's a smaller room, a middling-sized desk stacked with papers, atop which sits a package wrapped in brown butcher paper. 3 chairs sit in front of the desk. Tobias moves around said desk and seats himself. All right. Well, so first off, the funeral there, it's going to be in about 3 days. Y'all are more than welcome. I ain't never seen Eno and so pleased as when y'all took up the mantle he once wore as protector of the stones. Can't think of anyone better that should be there. Of course, I understand if other business is more pressing. That bunch of jackals out there, they're just hoping to collect from his, well, you know what? Just a sec. Tobias stands up, his brow a bit furrowed, and exits the room. Briefly, you hear some muted shouting through the walls, something about y'all snakes in the grass who just came here looking to collect something from the old man's coffer can beat it. Followed by a few, well, I never, and things along that line. Before silence falls, and momentarily Tobias returns to sit down with you again. Now, where were we? All right, Eno's passing. In his passing, Eno left possessions to me and my wife. He also left a note stating that I would need to assist you in any way possible. Over the years, I've met many of Eno's friends, and so depending on what you need, I might be able to assist in a variety of ways, depending on, specifics. Lastly, and he pats that brown paper bag bundle in front of him. Eno was an adventurer in his younger days, and after settling down, he kind of parted with many of his items from his prior life. These he kept. I'd like you to have them. They would be more use in your hands than they would in mine. I'm fairly certain about that. And he pushes that package towards the front of the desk.
Open it.
Okay. Opening the package, you find a small set of things carefully bundled within each other. The exterior layer is a red woolen cape. Beneath that is a suit of impeccably built red studded leather. That's wrapping around a small wooden box that's a little over a foot long and a foot wide.
Okay, well, first, pick up the cloak and look at it. How does it look?
Rather expensive. Fairly, shall we say, engraved. I shouldn't say engraved, but stitched with runic insignia in it.
Probably magical.
Can we
Inspect
identify
the leather.
this? Can we identify the script at least, even if it's not the language?
It's magical in nature, so arcane. Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, look up and inspect the leather next.
You find similar but distinctly different arcane symbols etched in it. A good chunk of them in the studs themselves.
And of course the box. What's inside it?
So, opening the wooden box, you find a stunning-looking ring, an exquisitely crafted amulet, a rather ornate wand, and along with that, one more curious sight. A small circular gem floating within a glass cube. It spins in place, stopping every now and again, the light swirling within it, revealing what looks to be a winged golden dragon among roiling white flames. Each time the gem kind of slowly begins to spin and then stop, you're able to make out its actual shape, that of a large disc or pendant.
I think we need to identify these, but
Well,
probably...
At least Kibble will have something to do this afternoon.
I was going to say probably better to do it at our house, though, instead of here in the middle of the bar with all those leeches around. Yeah. All those leeches around here.
And I think this should at least go in one of the bags for now. So that way we aren't seen leaving with something we didn't come in with.
Yeah, we don't want those people following us and getting into trouble.
And everybody give me
I
a
know they're
perception
kind.
check.
They always show up.
Make a perception check.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, an actual good roll.
Damn. 21, baby.
24.
All right. There's Kai loading in.
I found him. No.
So Draho and Ark, most definitely, and we'll see what Kai's role is. You guys notice that as the pendant stops, its face seems to continuously, no matter where Misaki is standing in the room, as she shifts around quite a bit, stops facing her.
Stops facing her.
Yep. So full-on head of the coin facing Misaki.
I think it likes her.
Question is, why? And Masaki's not here to explain.
We'll get it back to the house and have it identified by Kibble and Ivar, and then we'll figure out what's going on.
Okay. So,
Oh, also, I wanted to, what's the name of the guy now that Eno's not here?
Tobias.
Tobias. I want to tell Tobias, this vial, there's going to be, probably not going to be an illithid, but someone's going to come by on his behalf with a book. Exchange this for the book, if you would, please.
Okay. Is that the only thing I can do to help with your mission?
Yeah, well, the book is supposed to be on the, on the Nine Hells and its inner workings. So if it doesn't seem like that, go ahead and refuse the deal.
Okay, as long as I'll see if I can figure out a way to read it.
I didn't, teach you that stuff?
Eno was very much a magic user. I am a simple bartender.
Oh. Well, I just assumed you were like his apprentice.
Nope, not in that fashion.
Oh.
This may be a long shot, but you wouldn't happen to know about how long it takes to get here to the Dragon Isle by ship?
The Dragon Isle? Well, yeah, I can show you something like that. Let me see. That one.
Oh, we're getting a map, people.
All right.
Map.
So he
Okay.
opens the drawer and retrieves a scroll case and rolls out its contents on the desk in front of him. This is one of Eno's old maps. He actually spent quite a bit of time storming the Pirate Isles, and while I've heard most of the stories, a good chunk of them have very little meaning to me. However, some of the stories do tell that somewhere in the midst of Emmerich's forest, that's that foresty looking space right there next to Emmerich's hold. Well, you see, there's this story that tells of an old fortress that's been covered by ancient trees. And if you're trying to go out to Dragon Isle, well, that's the big one there. That's your most likely spot, and if not, it would maybe be somewhere up in that earth spur. Now, that said, the trees over that forest are so tall that even flying above it, you're not able to see a whole lot into it. Some say it's cursed, and others say it's a forest filled with malicious aberrations. Yet other stories tell it that it's occupied by the dead. And while some have dared to enter the forest, supposedly no one's ever returned. Which, if you ask me, makes no sense, because if there are stories being told by someone, it has to be someone to be telling them. And what wouldn't be right is if tales were being told by people who ain't done seen it.
Right,
Otherwise,
no, I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a little odd, just be a bunch of filthy lies. But I digress. You'll need a ship to get there. It is about 300 leagues.
Great. And how long does that take?
Well, basically that kind of standard galleon will get you roughly 100 leagues a day.
About 3 days.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, the trouble with that's going to be finding anybody that's willing to send a ship out towards those isles.
It's a pirate isle, correct? That's in the name?
Correct.
Well, where would the pirates most likely not dock when they want to avoid taxation at the docks?
Generally back at their pirate isles where they like to keep the treasure.
I mean, eventually they have to come to places like Ravens Bluff to unload
the thing is,
stuff.
The thing is that no. Why would they go to a place that has a bunch of people who are very willing to kill them on purpose?
Yeah, the city of adventurers is not too friendly to pirates.
Yeah. Two fireballs tops sinks their ship. I don't think they'd want that.
I was just thinking we could hire pirates to take us through Pirate Isle would probably be the best bet.
Fortunately with Eno passed, I do only know some of his contacts, and still fewer have the trust and love for me that they did for the old man. But Eno did mention recently someone that might be able to help you. It's a former retired rear admiral. Troublesome thing here is he never goes out near the Pirate Isles for anything less than 5,000 gold pieces and cut of the profit for his trip on a galleon. I could set you up with that, but what Eno mentioned is that his ship wouldn't be back in port for another good 10 day or two from now.
It's a lot of money to pay for some guy with a boat.
It is, but he is well worth it.
Do you have a boat, Draho?
No, but I feel like we could purchase a boat and get there ourselves. How hard can it be to operate a boat?
Have you ever been on a boat, Draho?
I've been on a yacht once or twice.
Were you doing any of the crew work?
Why would I do servants' work?
My point exactly. Especially if we're going to go into a place where we're expecting pirates who presumably know how to actually use a boat and, do it well. We kind of want a guy who's doing the boating while we're doing the killing.
Okay, if you guys want to foot the cash for it, that's fine. But I got my money tied up in other investments.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Well,
I still say we hire smugglers. get us in and out. No one notices.
If they're smugglers, they're not going to announce themselves as smugglers.
Hey, and we have Misaki.
Yeah, they may not announce themselves as smugglers, but
Also, I don't
probably
think
pick
a
'em out.
smuggling ship is probably going to be that well armed. The whole point is that they don't get noticed.
So why worry about getting attacked by pirates if you can just bypass the pirates?
Because the pirates won't. No, they're trying to get past like ports. Like they're
I
disguised.
don't see the difference between escaping pirates and escaping patrols.
Because the pirates don't care if you pay them a tax; they'll just take it. That's what makes them pirates.
I feel like that's all a matter.
Raho,
of
you don't get to do the
compass.
planning. We're
I think that's a matter of moral pompousness to say that the patrols are any less than the pirates.
well, you would know about pompousness.
Hey, Ark, you want to wrist lock him, please?
I'm doing both this time.
I need those.
Kibble goes for your ankle.
So, if that is the option that you would like, give it about 2:10 day, and at that point, you'll want to head out to the docks and find the biggest, blackest ship you've ever done seen pulled up into a pier. That'll be the Balefire Sorrow. The big black ship of a... Correct. Balefire's Sorrow.
Only problem is that might be too late. We're kind of on a deadline.
How much time do you got?
Well, we do have a fight coming up on the 20th. Or a thing, rather.
Yeah, that would potentially put a damper into that.
Oh, and we also have what, three 10-day before he hands over the item to his boss.
That is when he said that was going to happen.
So we'd be running some tight scheduling.
Well, let's see. 3 days to get there. 3 days to do our thing. 3 days to get back. We could also see if maybe our buddy, whose name I definitely remember.
Which buddy?
The noble that sponsored us.
Yeah.
Alamir?
Yeah, if he might be able to maybe have that pushed back a day or two.
Or push it forward a few days. If we're going to be stuck here 2-10 day, why not knock it out sooner?
That's not without merit.
Get it done early, and then we've got time to plan this out. I'm sure people would love to see us fight sooner.
I mean, we could see what he could do. Either way.
Yeah. Just saying, pushing it out further would probably be asking a lot, but getting it pushed.
Well, it sounded like it might be 1 or 2 10-day. It kind of depends on the admiral's schedule.
Yeah. So
but after it's going to be at least 1. So in that amount of time, we could see what we can do about money. But I kind of want to spend just a little bit, not underground. And I think we need to maybe kind of take a moment to not be fighting things for a second.
Okay. Well, I say first thing we do is get back to the house, identify those items that we were just given, and then I say we get a hold of our sponsor, see if he can rearrange that fight for us, and then we all take some personal time to get away from each other.
Except we all live in the same house now.
Doesn't mean we have to be in the house all day together. It's not like we're stuck in the same place. We can leave and go through town.
That's fair.
And none of you are allowed in my room anyways.
Also, it'd be nice to have like a fresher cooked meal. No offense, Kibble. You did great with what we had. It's just...
It'll be good to go to the market.
Yeah.
All right, then it's a plan. We're going to go identify those things. Then we'll send Ark to go deal with our patron, since you seem to have the best relationship with him. And the rest of us will go do what we want for about a week. Maybe 2, whenever the ship gets here, unless our fight shows up sooner.
I wonder how much progress they made on the mansion.
That's another thing we need to know. But yeah, let's get back to the mansion and see then.
Well, before you get going, the man that you're going to meet is the retired Rear Admiral Quincy Blackmantle. Don't know if you heard of him. He's a bit
History
of a...
check? Would I have heard of him?
There is no street check, but you can give me a history.
History is what I said.
Yes.
26.
Ark would not have heard of this person. So
With a 26, you will definitely have heard of Quincy Blackmantle. He actually has children at this point that are adults and adventurers that don't tend to reside too often in Ravens Bluff. But he was a hero of the war with Merkessa Jalen. So much like Eno, he has well outlived his time.
Another old person that shouldn't be old.
do you know? Well, I mean, if not his ship, he would presumably have maybe a home somewhere here.
Well, I'd assume so, but the Blackmantles are a very secretive bunch. In fact, when you talk to him, he's not much of a talker, so you'll want to be a bit brief with your request. And
That's not always a bad thing, as I kind of side-eye Draho.
he'll either accept with a requirement of his price, or he won't, and we'll need to find a way to get you there quick and in a hurry differently.
Okay, well, it will at least have a few days to see about possible other options and to pool our resources. So
Okay.
This is at least helpful. So thank you.
Yeah. Any other things that I might be able to assist with?
This may seem like an odd question, but do you know if Eno had a favorite kind of like stone, or maybe just a favorite color?
Generally gold.
Okay.
Aside
Excellent.
from the
We'll leave you
obvious
back
red.
to your. Yeah.
Right.
We'll leave you back to your morning and dealing with the affairs here.
Of course.
Where's 3 days you said the funeral will be? Where's it located?
That is going to be different map.
Yeah, all the maps.
Up in the Ravens Bluff Cemetery. Let's make sure I've got this zoomed in correctly. Which is east of Castle Ironguard, in a spot that's known as the Heroes Field.
He's going to be buried in a grave down by the river.
And you should
Okay,
see that
well-
in your notes area now as well.
Hey, Katie, I sent you a chat. Yeah.
Perfect. Checking.
Okay.
All right. So, as you guys are heading back to your mansion to do things, feel free to hop into the log section of your character and take a look at your downtimes.
Oh yeah, I already updated that. So
You said as we were leaving, it was like 1 in the afternoon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah.
Beyond that, we can take care of any tasks around town that you want to as well.
I mean, Draho's main thing is he wants to check up on his, businesses, see how his mercs were doing, if they were able to guard the house plus the warehouse with only the 10 of them, plus the captain.
They'll let you know that they didn't run into any trouble.
Good. Also want to get to the house and see how the construction's coming along. Have they at least finished remodeling our rooms?
Not so much the remodeling of the rooms. They've been working predominantly on the exterior of the house, so it is now stable and no longer windy. You have new roof, new siding, new windows.
Okay.
Excellent.
How's the
we're
garden
still,
coming?
While we're still in town.
The garden is looking fantabulous, so that priestess that came up has got it growing beyond what it ever had before. Exceptionally lush, and a variety of plants in there that you haven't ever seen before. Go ahead, Eric.
Nice.
I was going to say, while we were still in town, I wanted to swing by Notions, Lotions, Potions.
Okay.
And ask about having my mall enchanted.
Okay. Well, of course, honey. We can certainly do that. What kind of enchantment are you looking for? Is something flashy, something minimalistic?
Something where I can do just more damage with it. Just hit harder.
Well, that could be either which one. Do you want it to be easier to hit with as well, or do you want it to be more of a kaboom or a little bit of ice, maybe some lightning?
Well, what do you have in the way of like elemental stuff?
Oh, of just a variety of different things. Let me see here. And she pulls out a small tome that contains the rules from our Discord. I've got fire and cold and lightning and acid and necrotic damage capacity at the moment. Each one will take about a 10-day and add a little burst of damage to you.
Okay. I'll look at the hammer. Think about it for a second. And then I remember having that axe and how it kind of had that like burning thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I know that didn't seem to do extra damage, but it looked cool. How about, and he's also thinking about the fact that, well, we'll get to that part, but he's thinking about Castigan for a second. How about fire?
Oh, we can definitely do fire. That's one of the easier ones.
Okay. How much does that cost?
That's going to run you only 1,500 gold.
Oh, okay. And plop.
Okay.
1,500.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you have for sale today?
Currently, we have a brooch of shielding, another Heward's hand haversack. Those seem to be coming in style again. Boots of levitation, a hat of disguise, and an iron stone of leadership.
Potions? Yeah, potions?
Yes, 10 healing potions at the moment.
How much for each of those?
At the moment, because of the limited supply, our prices have actually gone up to 250 per.
Oh. I misunderstood when I was reading it. I think about all the times that I almost died and the several times we saw Kibble not doing so good. I'm like, I'll take all those too.
Alrighty. She pulls a little box out and then starts sliding the vials into the individualized kind of cases within it. Locks the box top, passes it over to you.
Thank you. All that other stuff, like it's nice, but it's not really me. But I'll pass it along to my friends at Draho, and but thank you. You said 10 days.
Correct.
10 days for the. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep. But we will need that mall.
Right, but handed that over.
All right. And she reaches out to take it, and you see her visibly like fall slightly as she collects it. Oh my, this is
two hands.
Yeah, a bit heavier than I was expecting. Sorry, dear.
That's okay.
And she kind of slings it over her shoulder and goes waddling into the back room.
You're doing great.
The doctor will do better for you, I promise.
Do I hear a do I hear in the background? It's just like, yes, very much we can do all.
Nope. Habib isn't in, so he just delivers goods to them.
Right.
Where is? There it is. So the actual proprietor there is Dr. Basius Mortis, also known as Doc B.
His last name intrigues me.
Mm-hmm. Mortice.
Oh, no, I knew how it was spelled. I'm just saying that as a player, I know how that roughly translates. So, okay, so I take the potions back to where everyone else is.
Okay.
Also, while we're in town, I want to inquire about a place that maybe sells like smooth like stone.
Okay.
Like maybe like palm-sized pebbles, or at least just stop by the leather worker.
Okay. Either one of those works. So functionally, you could find those potentially at a general store, a masonry store, or the leather worker would only have like potentially wet stones, and you'd see those more even in blacksmitheries.
Something a bit more decorative.
Gotcha.
Arc.
Like a slate.
Arc.
I'm hearing my name.
I bet I know where you could get the best stone.
Where?
I am reasonably certain that there are going to be dwarves in the service of the god Moradin. They are known to be mighty craftsmen, excellent in stone and metalwork. We also just came back with like a huge bunch of ancient dwarven relics. I bet you could barter.
Well, I mean, I know a bunch of dwarves, but they're still down there.
I'm saying the priesthood of Moradin would have access to the coolest stones.
Okay, so is there a temple to Moradin in town?
Not directly, but there is a kind of communal temple for all of the non-provincial gods that aren't big ones for Ravens Bluff.
Okay. So I guess we try to head over there. I'm just trying to do a thing.
Okay, so you pop over to the temple district, head into that kind of communal churchy area, and there is a shrine to Moradin there.
Do I see any like active worshippers there?
Yep. So there's definitely at least one priest, probably a couple acolytes, and some worshippers that are all kind of standing around a large kind of stone-looking anvil.
Mm-hmm. All right. No, they're not like in the middle of something, are they? Like they're not like doing a ceremony or something?
Not particularly. It looks like the priest is kind of helping them all through their prayers.
Okay. I want to maybe try to find someone who's not like actively participating in something and maybe is just kind of there, like doing logistics.
Well, as you kind of take an interest and are walking over towards it, the priest looks up at you and is like, "Come on over, laddie."
Hello.
What can we do for you?
Oh, well, I'm sure that you've heard about the passing of Eno.
No, news to me.
Oh, well, there you go. I was told he's very fond of the color red.
You okay?
And I was wondering if you had, if you knew where I could find maybe a nice like polished red stone.
Yeah, just a basic stone, or are you looking for something more like rubyish, carnelian?
Something a little more, not so much a precious thing, but just nice.
Something to send him off with?
A bit. I had a little thing I wanted to do with it.
All right.
For him.
He reaches up and kind of pats you on your forearm. Come back tomorrow. I'll get you set.
Okay. Thank you. And I put a gold piece in his hand.
All right.
And I kind of like bow to him, and then I sort of bow to the little shrine that they have set up there, the altar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I go.
Okay.
I'm all done.
All right. Anyone else got anything they need to do prior to the big event of Eno's funeral? Mainly, I want to get those items Eno gave us appraised to see what they are.
Right.
So, get back to the house or the warehouse, whatever is more secure right now. Get Kibble on that.
Yeah, Kedro, if rooms aren't done yet, then the one thing I was going to do at the manor, I'll have to wait until the rooms are finished.
Okay. We'll put that portion on hold for you then.
But no, otherwise the other things that I threw at you, I would have done probably the second day in town.
Okay.
Yeah, so go back to the warehouse since that seems to be this most secure place and have those items appraised. That's my first concern.
Alrighty. Go ahead and open up your party sheet, and I am going through and hitting the identify button on all of those now that I have found what that does and where it is, which is why you guys could not see specific things.
Cape of the Mountebank.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we've got the Nightcrawler cape.
Yeah.
Yep.
And glamored studded leather. That's handy.
Amulet of proof against detection and location. That's useful, but requires attunement. Glamorous studded leather +2. Anyone use this leather armor that would like an upgrade?
It's the same as what you have, but you can make it look like other things.
Is it +2 and then an additional +1 on top of that? Because the description is weird.
No, the description is just kind of weird.
Okay.
But the Cape of the Mountebank, I don't see it saying it requires attunement.
It does not.
Okay, who would like to teleport?
Well, it's not blue, so I'm not interested.
I don't necessarily have a use for that.
Who here doesn't already have like a cloak that's actively being used?
I don't have a cloak doing anything, but I don't know if anybody else could use the bamfing ability.
I mean, does Kibble have a cloak?
Yeah, Kibble has I'm pretty sure he has one of the fancier cloaks.
Like one of the ones that lets him stealth better?
I think so. If he doesn't, then he could benefit from it for sure because he likes to poof around.
Yeah, I've got cloak of protection, so that's pretty awesome.
What does Dimension Door do? It's been a while since I've seen that spell.
I think it lets you basically lets you teleport like 60 feet or something like that, and you can take one.
It's the bigger version of Misstep, so it's like 300, maybe 500 feet.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And you can take someone of your size or smaller with you.
Yep.
If they're willing.
In fact, that little red button right next to Spell Dimension Door, we'll pull that up for you.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
You got
figuring things out.
Unable to open window using wildcard link. Please note module containing that.
Yeah, the
link.
difference is it's not a bonus action; it's an action.
That is true.
That is a limitation.
There's use for both.
Okay. You can teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction, such as 200 feet straight downward, or upward to the northwest at a 45-degree angle, 300 feet.
Total range is 500.
The maximum range is 500. That was just how the description went. You can bring along objects as long as their weight does not exceed what you can carry. Oh, that'll be fun for me.
So we give it to Ark, and he can take the whole party.
You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. The creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast the spell. If you would arrive in a place already occupied by an object or a creature, you and any creature traveling with you each take 4d6 force damage, and the spell fails to teleport you. I'm just saying, if we're doing salvage, that's just me.
Yeah, I mean,
that'll be useful, and considering it does not require attunement, that could be a decent break in case of emergency thing.
I was gonna say I'm fine with just leaving it in the pack. Like, Draw doesn't want to wear it because red clashes with Reikland Mirror Blue.
Right, but that could be a decent. There's a lot of utility to that, so I think we should keep that one.
Oh, well, I want to keep all of these items because they all seem useful.
Right.
Yeah, so I would be interested in potentially the leather armor and the Wand of the War Mage.
You'd be about the only one that would benefit from the War Mage. Well, no. Does anyone else have the caster?
I'm pretty sure that I'm the only one that would use either of those.
No one else in the party is proficient with wands.
Well, it's not even that.
It's not even that.
Does the majority of his work that way.
Yeah. So that's pretty much settled there.
Oh, that Ring of Evasion sounds very specifically useful to one person. I'm just saying.
Requires attunement. Somebody wants that.
I have an attunement slot.
I'm just saying, I already get advantage on dex saving throws.
And I don't get close enough to worry.
You know, the next one's going to be targeted at you just for you saying that.
How many attunement slots do you have again as a player?
3.
3. What do I have?
Unless, of course, you're an artificer.
Yeah, artificers get kind of crazy with that, which I love.
What do they get, like 6?
You have your cloak, the halberd of warning, I believe, and your.
I think I stopped wearing the cloak. I don't think I have it attuned anymore. I gave it to someone else.
And your
you gave it to Kai, I thought, to counteract his stealth.
Yeah. I have the shield amulet, the warning halberd, and the gloves of arrow catch. So I'm fully
yes. Yes, your defense / reload gloves.
Yeah, so I'm already topped up on those because I would have liked that proof against detection and location, but that's just because of my paranoia as a businessman.
It's okay. You're more than welcome to get lost all on your own.
Wasn't that the amulet that was following Misaki around?
It was not. That was the other one.
Oh, okay.
Which that you
I didn't realize they were
in the parcels.
Well, this one says if anyone's got an attunement slot free, this amulet is actually good for keeping you from being scryed on, but...
No one needs to know where I am. Or no one cares where I am.
Because I don't know if I want to give up any of my items to get that. I know I like the warning halberd.
So noticing the lack of that dragon coin item thing, I'm assuming Kibble would mention that he can't quite figure out what it is.
Correct.
But it keeps pointing at Misaki.
That's right.
Well,
I would point out that amulet, if all else fails, one of us takes the dragon stone and the amulet and runs.
And
that's a good plan.
For an hour.
If we cannot find a way to kill these things, then that is our only hope for keeping them out of their possession.
That is true. Just hope that whoever takes it has a long life ahead of them, or people they can pass it on to.
We get it. You live longer than us.
What? No, I don't want that.
Place you can go where that doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, so we'll hold on to the amulet as a backup plan. If everyone's dead and one person's still alive, you attune the amulet and take off running with the stone.
You just have to survive an hour while concentrating very hard on something.
Yeah, that's where the cloak comes in, or the cape.
Hey, Katie,
Mm-hmm.
the thing you sent me, is there a few typos in the very end of it?
Probably.
Okay.
That sounds like it's a very important thing if typos are concerned.
While we're trying to do all of this, are we able to figure out anything else about the items we took from the conductor?
Unfortunately, while they still seem to radiate magic, Kibble and yourself are unable to identify.
Dun, dun, dun.
Speaking of identifying, we have to check out those magical stones we left at the appraisers, like, at the beginning of our adventure, and then we all forgot about until Draho remembered a couple days ago.
Assuming Kai didn't steal them.
No. We took them to an appraiser well before Kai even joined the game. And it was like a huge
joke.
Oh. It passed right over my head. See, I want to go pick up those now that we've remembered. I'm assuming Draho found a receipt in his pocket because I remember I insisted on getting paperwork. So he found the paperwork and he's like, "Oh,
you ever
crap,
put on your winter coat and find out that you left 2,000 gold piece worth of magic gems at some place in an appraiser and hope that they still have them?"
Just another day in the right linear lifestyle. So yes, I'd like to go figure out. I'm sure
Thanks,
they're done
Drax.
by now.
But unless someone argues, I would like the Ring of Evasion, as I am tired of taking lightning bolts to the face.
I definitely wasn't explicitly suggesting that.
Yeah, it's all yours. We'll put the other two, the cape and the amulet of proof against detection, into the bag, one of our bags, and just keep it as emergency stuff in case we need.
Whose bag?
Let's throw it in Kibble's because we can trust him to hoard loot.
Can we?
Kibble also gets once he gets to be high enough rogue, he gets he can do an object as a bonus action thing, right? Or is that just thieves?
And I think it's just thief thing.
Okay.
And yeah, that should be it for that.
Also, I let everyone else know about the magic items that Notion Lotions and Potions has in stock, other than all the actual potions that I have.
So as you guys are kind of rummaging through all of those, Misaki does get closer to that glass box. And you can see it as she does so. The spinning becomes more frantic, and the stopping is much more halted directly at her.
Well, clearly that's intended for her, so I'm not concerned.
Well, what are you doing, Misaki?
I don't know. It's pretty.
Well, why don't you pick it up? See what
Misaki,
it does.
just real quick. What stuff did you take from the dungeon again?
What do you mean?
Like, we all got a little bit of something. Well, what did you pick up?
That sounded awfully accusatory.
It's not accusatory. I'm just saying there may be a
doesn't run out. Yeah, the feather pin that doesn't run out of ink.
Okay.
I just stuck this and
the ink well that never goes empty.
Yeah.
I'll just say, just pull them out one at a time, and then while holding it, extend your arm and see if the little thingy follows it.
Well, at this point, I'm assuming how long have we been back to wherever?
This is your first
a couple
day.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First day. Have we had a chance to drop gear off in our rooms and we're just in regular clothing?
Sure.
Okay, so I set my bag down off to the side and I rotate away from the bag.
It still continues to spin and point in your direction.
Okay.
Pick it up.
If you want the box and
haven't we had enough problems with touching magical items that we don't know what they are?
We already touched it.
Anyway, I gently reach a finger out and I touch the what looks like a pendant.
Okay. So as you open the box in order to do that, the pendant floats slowly out and towards your bag.
Towards my bag?
More specifically towards your naginata, which I assume wouldn't be in the bag, because that's a little big.
It's not in the bag. Yeah, it would probably. So it starts floating towards the naginata. So it's going up the stairs.
Yep. So do.
So I'm going to follow it.
All right.
So am I.
Because this is interesting.
It slowly floats up the stairs. Your doorway being closed, it slides underneath the gap in the bottom of the door and inside.
Okay.
Misaki better open that door before I do.
Well, yeah.
Opening the door.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So
That
door
face you
opens.
make when you're about to catch the kids doing something.
And
Or you're walking on your parents.
you see that small pendant slowly moved up and kind of collide with the naginata. And as the two touch, a brilliant flash of white and gold light flares between the two. Then that strange gem pendant thing is gone, and the blade of the naginata shimmers in a golden outline, or a golden color, outlined in a dim white flame. And
That is so cool.
now I need to get into your character and give you the identify so you know what it does.
Yeah, because right now, Misaki's scratching the top of her head going, huh.
Misaki just got her master sword.
And that has been identified. Take a look at your naginata.
What does it do?
Ew.
So I'm assuming that the equivalent is that Misaki picked up the naginata, is now being magically fed the information.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel, Misaki?
Misaki feels just the same, but the naginata's got a bit of a glow to it.
Does the glow do anything special other than look pretty?
Well, it's a dim pretty.
So you can see based on the glow, because there's no actual lights on in the room, it radiates out a small light to basically a 30-foot radius around it.
Oh yeah, something that does that.
And that dye type has stepped up from what the description reads, correct?
That will need to be adjusted on your actions bar, but yes.
Okay. Plus,
okay.
it's added the other one. Ooh. It hurts more when it hits.
Ooh, that's always fun.
Yeah.
I had to pay for that, but that's okay. And you get a boon, and you get a boon, and end list.
And that should be appropriately now set on your attack option.
Except you've got to add the radiant also.
That's what I thought.
Oh, no, you just put the 2D. Okay, I see. Did you wrist? You just got ahead of me on what you were doing.
Yep.
Yay.
So for all the viewers at home, let everybody know what happened.
Does the bonus change to a 2 also?
It does. So that should be that, and that.
So if I go and look at it again. There's that. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So you just go ahead and read off the description.
Yep.
So, due to the mystical fusion of the gold dragon coin, the naginata is increased to a +2 weapon, which has increased its cold damage to a D8 die type and added a D8's worth of radiant damage die type. The weapon is effectively glowing, shedding dim light within a 30-foot radius.
Cool.
It hits harder.
I like it.
Yeah. So between that and the scarf that I wear, I glow.
That's good. We have a permanent nightlight.
Well, clear or light.
I mean, I could make a sheath for that if you like.
What, the Naginata?
Yeah. It's
The
got a
whole thing
blade.
glows. Yeah, but the whole thing glows. Not just the pointy end.
Oh, that was very nice. Looks like everybody got something they can use in this adventure, except me. But that's okay.
Well, one of my most useful items is going to take over 200 days to make useful again. But that's okay.
Yeah, now I want to go get those stones because they did magic stuff and we need to know what they do now. It's been so long that I'm sure they're no longer poignant to this plot.
Also, don't we have like one or two items that we got some of what they do, but not all of what they do? So maybe like taking them to a mage college would be a good idea.
Well, that's most of the stuff we got from that dungeon.
Okay. Anyway.
But, yeah, I want to go check out those stones.
So what do they do, oh Master of Dungeons?
Which stones specifically?
I don't have a note on it, unfortunately. I think I did, but I accidentally buried it in something else. But I remember we had like 50 rare stones that we got around the same time we got the adamantite.
Oh,
and we
yes,
took it
the
to a
ones
shop
that they're researching for you.
Yes.
Yep.
It's been long enough that they should be done researching.
Okay.
Hopefully.
With that, I'm going to need to check some notes, and DM needs to use the little DM's room. So we're going to take a short pause. I'm going to try running an ad to see how that works. Hopefully people will stick with us, and we'll be right back.
We're trying new things.
All right. We're kind of paused. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Me too.
I just happened to remember those stones like, what was it? 2 or 3 days ago, I remember those were in stock, and I'm like, oh, crap, I never did anything with those because we immediately got caught up in all the story and plot. Because that was back when we were just doing odd missions for the guild. So
That was a very short ad.
has it happened yet?
It's happened and been done.
It's on another one for me.
Well, it's gone back to the stream for me.
I got a Twitch one and then an Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, mine just started, and it was just a quick picture of a chick shooting an arrow, then it disappeared. So.
And now it's back to the stream.
Back on the stream. Well, that's fun. That's a totally not very well done thing. Good job, Twitch. It's not like you've cornered the market. You've monopolized. No
Almost.
Response. It's over.
I was muted. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was waiting for the response where I was criticized in some way for using it again.
Yeah, I muted because I was choking on my beverage.
Oh, fair enough.
Because I'm smart and forgot how to swallow.
So we don't seem to be running that ad, by the way.
It ran and it's over.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was literally like a second and a half of just showed an animated character woman pull a bow, release it, and then it disappeared. Ad over.
So we're gonna need to work on longer ads.
Scratch a pad. Yeah, I mean, this is entertainment, baby. Listening to me ramble.
We're working on it.
I'm using this time to figure out what businesses I'm going to invest in next. You guys gave me an idea for a masonry shop. So Mariana's Masonry. think up a good name for what do I have? I have tailor, woodworkers, blacksmithing, jeweler, tannery, herbalism and apothecary, a general store, a flexure, an architectural design company.
Think your tailor soldier spy.
What else exists?
Hey, Kai, we could not hear. Kai, we cannot hear you. Or not Kai, Kedro.
Wow,
Kedro, I
that's
also
better. Turning the mic
I
on.
helped.
The ad was a total failure.
Well, it ran, but it was short and chunky.
Weird.
And it didn't run at the same time for everybody.
That is
Well,
not
the same type of ad.
Speaking of short and chunky, on the second day, I go back to visit the dwarf.
All right.
Back to the temple.
So, Draho, are you doing the stones day 1 or day 2?
A1. Want to get that out of the way so that I can get to focusing on my other business.
Okay.
Essentially, I was sorting notes and I found the receipt.
Okay.
Did you happen to see the other thing I sent you in Discord? Not related to my armor class?
I did not. Let me check.
Not necessarily relevant to what's going on now, but I thought of additional downtime stuff after the fact.
Okay. Yeah, I'll figure something up for that post game because I want to ponder it a bit. So, those stones, if I am correct, they are sitting within the Arachnophobia home base inventory. Likewise, all of the magic items that weren't really noted, I went ahead and put over into that as well. That way, in case there was anything additional that you guys wanted to keep, it's still sitting there and we can deal with that later. Yes, odd glowing gemstones, and then there was also the odd glowing red ore.
Yes.
Even more special adamantium.
Yep. So the odd glowing red ore, you're told, is that same metal that's used to make the coins for X9DA. However, you would need to have a deep gnome that's a smith that knows how to work with it in order to produce them.
We gotta find some Svipnivlin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a very fine Smith.
You're told that the gemstones are something slightly like that, but they've never seen it specifically before. That it may just be a compressed version of the ore that's turned into some crystalline material. What he has figured out is that if you conduct electricity through it, it explodes.
Do not put those on Kai.
You mean Lightning Rod McGee?
Hey, I regret that remark.
Question.
Also, take out the
How
shag
many of those gems that explode when you add electricity to them do we have?
You have 50 pounds worth, so we're going to switch that over to from pounds to actual stones. And go ahead and roll me 60-20. To see
60-20.
Yep, the rough amount that are there of them.
Who would like? Oh, there we go.
So you have 72 stones.
72 stones.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm gonna get those over to my artificer.
Guys, all I'm saying is that if we get a stone to dice ratio on the explosion, we may now have a better version of the bag of explosive, the IED bag.
Yeah, speaking of,
which
you
we
better
never got to use.
Safe. You better put that somewhere safe for our next venture.
We're gonna need like a vault for our more volatile treasure.
Put it in my artificery lab at the house, down in the basement. It's secure.
I hope that's reinforced.
Although
at this point, it's just a bag full of things that can explode. All he has to do is carefully withdraw them and stock them. It's not like it's an elaborate explosive.
Yeah, it was made by Draho. Nothing's more elaborate about it.
It's more of Ark. Hold out the bag while I throw something at you.
Yeah. It has a very simple mechanism. But yeah, I want to get those stones over to my artificer so he can dig into their possible applications for arrows and other things.
Okay.
That's fair. And I will also hand over the bag of boom so he can properly withdraw the contents.
Yeah, take that to the artificer too and see if he can make it a little more stable or secure or reliable.
Okay.
Also, I drop the bag off to him. And
the ore we're going to put in the warehouse until somebody can find us a deep gnome to work it to make more coins.
Right. And speaking of ore, all of that ore that the chains were made out of that you said resembled the drow like weapon material.
Yes.
I'll leave that with the artificer as well to see if he can figure it out.
So as you pull that out, you notice that its luster has dimmed.
Is there direct sunlight in the room?
There is.
All right, I like hide it in my hands and away from the sunlight, and I look. Does it seem to have better luster now?
It does not.
Okay. I don't know what's up with that, but you tell me.
Did it get demagicized?
We don't know if it was magic before. It was just maybe a strong material, but it doesn't like sunlight. I don't know. I am not an alchemist.
Yeah. I mean, we can drop it on my artificer. He's pretty skilled. He does a lot of crazy things.
That's exactly what I just did. So
actually, we never discussed what my artificer was. Sure would be nice if I hired a deep gnome artifice for me. Sure would be real convenient to all plot-related activities.
I think that's going to increase
the
price.
I will give you a 5% chance of that happening. Roll a d20, make it a critical.
On sound business practices.
If it's a natural 20, we have a deep gnome artificer.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If it's anything else, it's a regular gnome artificer, and he's slightly off in the head.
I mean, he's a gnome. They're all slightly off in the head.
Well, I mean, by gnome
that's what makes it such
he's
good
slightly
adventures.
off. He makes other gnomes twitchy to be around him.
Kiddo, I also sent you something in chat, by the way.
Checking.
Here comes a 20. Whoop, I threw that way off the map.
Considering it didn't even end up in the box.
Yeah, it wasn't even in the box.
Here comes a 20. Oh my
And it was a deep gnome. Oddly, what you find out when he's kind of working with it is you see him kind of brush his face a couple times, and this kind of pink pale makeup wipes away, and you see gray underneath.
As he sits there and he's sweating because he hasn't seen that on the surface. What does he do?
Mm-hmm.
I can't
makes
believe
me
that
so
worked.
happy.
Oh.
If that's the only 20 I rolled the entire freaking
Worth
next
it.
3 weeks. I'll be
Worth
happy.
it.
All right. For that, make sure to remind me after game so I can annotate appropriately in the NPC area.
Yes.
That was
somehow
amazing.
Draho had the foresight to hire a deep gnome.
That was amazing. I guess at that point we show him the coins and say, "Please make more."
Yeah. I can do that.
I like him already.
Yeah, what else can he do with that look?
And you know what makes this even better? The whole reason Draho hired him, he didn't actually interview the guy. The dude has a stellar resume.
I think also in light, and this is definitely a pun, of him being a deep gnome, we may want to put some curtains down in his lab.
He can do what he wants with the
That
lab.
would be helpful.
Yeah, I give you a salary. Why don't you buy? You know what? No, that's rude. That's rude. Shouldn't make the help pay for stuff that you should be providing. So
Yes,
I will.
This is
I
where
will
you draw
have-
the line at being rude. This is the line in the sand.
Saki, or not Saki, Navarra, there's a line. Holy shit.
He doesn't respect the lower class, but it's not their place to have to pay for their own facilities.
No.
I'm supposed to provide them.
He's hosting.
So yeah, I'll tell him, all right, well, anything you need, you just send a message to my, the butler in the house and have him bring you what you need. He'll bill it to me.
Okay.
As long as it's within reason, of course.
Yeah. Cheap. Definitely cheap. I can do cheap.
Is it bad that right now?
Do you bring that principle into your work?
If you want stuff to explode, it'll be great.
All right. Got to do my interviews in person next time.
Just the right amount of mad scientist. I love it.
Yeah. I like the idea that just his resume is like 3 pages long and it looks fantastic. And Draw was like, well, why would I even consider anyone else? Hire this man.
All the pages are burnt on the corners.
Not an important detail. Dude has 3 doctorates in things that I can't explain.
All right.
Half of them sound like they're made
up.
We're
lucky he's educated enough to speak common rather than just undercommon.
Yeah, half of his resume looks made up. It's so good.
It's not.
I love how there was a slightly wavy voice of like, please don't fire me.
We'll see what he does after my first arrows come out.
We may want to reinforce the basement.
No, once I finish my artificery, he becomes head of my artificer. This guy's gonna run my whole artificing business. That's the scary thing.
He's so crazy it just might work. Okay. So
this was great.
Do they at least get us our beds in the house?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, your rooms are still under construction, and they've got like functional kind of blankets over it to keep the dust from destroying them.
See, this is the advantage of being the barbarian. That reminds me of home.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going to go stay in my warehouse with the mercenaries. Make them feel like I'm just bunking with them.
If you're staying in the warehouse, someone has to keep you from dying, so I'll go.
I have like 11 dudes guarding me.
Is that really a necessity, Ark?
To be fair, I'm the one who made the most recent dumb and life-threatening decision. So yeah, okay, that's fair.
Look, if Reiklandmere security consultants can't protect me, no one can.
So anything else for day one?
I mean, we got all the big stuff that needed done. So
also,
I suppose we just split up.
I was going to say my visit to Notions, Lotions, Potions would probably have been on day 2 after Ark told us what was there. So
sounds good.
Also, once we get back to our manor grounds, about how much land did come with that?
So a couple acres, and if you guys pull up the map, and I will toss FTU on so I can show everyone else as well.
Whoa, we're gonna get a map of a place.
I've been looking
way
at the
up
map
here
for
in
a
the
while.
upper right hand corner is where that's at. And
in the compass?
Yep, right up next to the compass. So it's that
Is
very
it the
large
big
mansion.
house?
So
yeah, the big house next to the
with
north.
red dot.
Okay.
Do you guys see the red
I don't
dot?
see a red dot.
Right.
I do not see a red dot.
Not.
We see the red dot, and a cat attacks it.
Yeah, I don't see a red dot.
I see a pinned red dot. Yes.
Yep, that'd be the one.
At least I do in the stream.
I see it in the stream, but not in the maps in Fantasy Grounds.
I don't see it in the stream. I might just be dumb or blind.
Not that one.
Maybe that's a DM's only feature.
I'm just assuming it's the big house right below the N by itself.
It's got the 2. It's the square with the 2 widgets.
Yeah, coming out to the north and west.
Yeah, that's the one that he's got pinned in the stream.
I'm assuming one of those is the room with the freaky
I
tree.
unshared it and reshared it.
Let me reload the map. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I still don't have a pin, but
Nope, but we see where it is. Yeah, that's the house I thought it was.
Yep.
I see it on the stream now.
So where exactly does our section of land end there?
Well, bonus with that, we can... Where's my... No, not that.
He's going to edit the map. Do.
Yes.
You've got my businesses up there.
I do. Pointers. Draw a circle. Oh, that is not in the right spot.
Guys, we don't even own the whole mansion.
Oh, I see it. So that's all our Wow, we own a lot of land.
It's
We own
roughly
a
that
fair
size, but it's set right around it.
It's supposed to be centered on
there.
over it.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, if that's centered on the board, then do we technically own that little house down at the bottom of the hill?
No, that'll be a little bit too far out. How the heck?
Okay. Darn.
I mean, we can if we decide that the neighbors were too loud.
Do you want to just slowly start
Look, we just
hostilely
moved
taking
into
over
the neighborhood.
territory?
We don't know about any unfortunate murders. No.
So about that space.
Okay.
Okay.
So I look at Kibble. And I'm like, hey, we could probably
So-
start a vegetable garden so we can grow some fresh ingredients.
Yeah,
So
there's a big garden
roads
out
run
front.
through our property.
Yes. Right up through here.
Ooh, are you thinking of taxing them, putting up toll roads and taxing people?
Ah, dang, we're gonna have to plow
No,
that.
I just want to know if we get right away fees from the or a kickback from the city for the fact that they put roads through our property.
Nobody's asked as of yet.
We're gonna have to shovel that in the winter. You realize that?
Hold up, I'm bringing a lot of laws to Ravens Bluff that are going to benefit us. I'll add that to the list.
Are we part of a homeowners association?
Not
Drop
here.
this to homeowners association. We're going to bring up the property values around here right quick and in a hurry.
Is that the actual map out of the Ravens Bluff book, Kedro?
It is.
Guess what? I got my copy right here.
Yep, that makes it easy. Does it look something like this?
Why, yes. Yes, it does. And it still has the map in it, even though we've pulled it out from back in the day when we had to use it all the time.
Yep. Mine does not, unfortunately. It has the map in the center of the book, though.
All the little individual maps.
Yeah, and the kind of 2-page one that's right around page 120.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I need to get this thing laminated.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, since the bedrooms are still kind of dusty and being worked on, I guess I'm assuming we have like a central sitting room / living room kind of situation with a big old fireplace.
Yep.
Okay. Ark's just gonna sleep there. Like he'll just set himself something up.
I think it's odd that the notes aren't populating through. If you click into the notes field, do you guys see Arachnophobia Mansion under location RB?
Notes field.
Arachnophobia Mansion.
Okay, so it's showing there. Why is the pin
It
not showing?
It is there. It just shows owner public question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal.
Oh, it might be because I picked the mansion as my character so I could look at what was...
Is it in your inventory?
No, it's a character sheet.
It needed to be green. Check it now.
Oh, yeah, everything's visible now.
Beautiful. Learning new
No.
things.
Oh, there's my warehouse.
Oh,
Like,
there's the
It
green.
grows in district.
By the time our characters are literal gods, we'll have maybe figured out this app.
Let's hope.
Draho, you may want to have a small billet built on property for some of the guard to do rotations in.
Oh wow, more stuff is.
Yeah, now that I see how far away it is, I'm kind of a dick boss.
I mean, are you surprised by this?
We're probably to do have some sort of barrack billet for him.
We've got the land for it, but that is not an important investment.
From town.
I just figured that was your objective.
I imagine.
Because you got to take the road, so if you go all the way down that road and into town and then across the bridge and down there, man.
Yeah.
And then from there to the Sword Lounge, man, I have really made these guys. It's a good thing they got a wagon to use.
Are we within We're not within city limits of town, are we?
It is technically the city limits, yes. You are on the very outskirts.
Yeah, you know what the response time is for City Watch to get out to us? It's not like
that's why we have private security.
Yeah, it's not like we're the De Villers or anything. Of course, they have their own standing army, but...
I mean, we could start developing, some kind of perimeter fencing.
Well, that's why I said we should probably start with a small barrack billet, because we're rather invested in getting the manor proper finalized.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
That's nice having.
But with this much property, that also leads me to be able to do other excursions outside.
Yeah, we can develop more, especially now that the land is actually not dead.
Yeah, actually, our land is probably the most prosperous in the area now.
Some of it, yes.
Like I said, we've just increased property values. Like, if we wanted to flip this place, we'd make a killing after what we invested in it.
This was a gift.
That's what I mean. It's only profit to build it up from here.
We'd communicated with the Druids circle on was it Shantae?
Yep.
To come out and do this?
Yep.
Did I talk to them about possibly putting a spring in?
Not that I recall.
I may have to make a visit to them later.
Definitely doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So are we on day number 2 yet?
Certainly. What else would you like to do?
I got to go back about that stone.
Okay. So
yeah.
When you get there, he brings in basically a small piece of jasper.
About how big?
Roughly, not your size hand, but like a normal human size hand. Basically fits in your palm, kind of like a skipping stone.
That'll definitely work. I'm guessing smooth and somewhat polished.
Yep.
Okay. And how much would this be?
What would you like done with it?
Oh, actually, I was gonna do it myself.
If you wish.
Okay.
We also have Kibbles, a trained jeweler by now.
It's you're not there. But also,
I'm just reminding you. I'm reminding you.
From Ark's perspective, this is a personal thing, so it is a personal touch thing.
Oh, that's fine.
So, nothing elaborate, but so how much would you like for this?
From what I have been told of your travels, laddie, take this. Be well.
Ark kind of doesn't,
Jasper.
Ark doesn't fully think that way. So just as a thank you and sort of like in his head balancing that out, gives another 2 gold.
Okay.
And looks at the anvil again and just kind of bows to it again.
Anytime you like to come back, by all means do so.
Oh, actually, I want to do an insight check about the comment about the travels, if that's regarding the fact that he recovered the axe.
Okay.
That's cocked. Okay. Reasonable. Let me check my skills. So glad insight is based off of wisdom. 19.
You don't feel that it's based on the axe. The news for that would be too soon.
Also, the only people who know are still underground. Okay. Well, thank you. Also, he doesn't like to brag, at least about that thing, because to him it's like, that's just your property. I was just using it for a second. Okay. Also, I want to go back to notions, lotions, and potions because I realized I forgot a thing.
Sure.
Hello.
Oh, hello. What? Oh, it's you, Mr. Ark. How you doing today?
Yes. Good. I know you're still working on the mall, and that's fine. But there should have been a ribbon tied to it.
Yeah, there is.
I just need that.
Oh, okay. And she trundles off into the back.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'm assuming she just comes right back.
No, takes her a couple minutes.
I'm just looking around at all the
after the couple minutes, she gets back. She's like, "Sorry, the doctor was working the enchantment and was a little upset that I was fiddling with it." But
no, that's fine. It's fine. I just need to here for your trouble, and I put down 5 gold.
Oh well, thank you.
Giving gold away like candy, man. You got to be more frugal.
How much money do you have, Draho, who isn't here?
That's none of your business.
It was my request, and he got angry at you for it. So I just that's thank you for doing that.
Oh, that's normal. Just part of doing business.
It's just this was a gift from from a really good friend, and I just realized that I need to make sure that it's nice again, and then
yeah, not a problem. When you come back, you just let us know, and we can put that right back where we found it.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay. So I head back to the mansion.
Okay.
The manor. Because Castigan said him and his crew would be there for a little while, right?
Yep.
Like still checking stuff out. All right. So I bring it back to Kibble.
Okay.
Kibble, can you do your thing and make this like not so beat up? Because we've been in combat and it got a little frayed and everything.
I think he has mending. Let me double check.
Pretty sure he has mending.
If not, I do.
Okay. One of you has mending.
Well, we'll go with
I do.
Misaki. That way.
Yo, Misaki. Oh, I thought you could. Okay. Oh, Misaki. Well, could you just fix that real quick? Thank you.
She smiles at you. Sure. And just takes it, and waves a hand over it, and mutters a few words. There you go.
Thank you. Does Cable have prestidigitation?
He does not.
Okay.
Kibble's got a very inspired.
Actually, no. This makes it even better. Draho. You can do that thing where you make things not smell bad, right?
Yeah. What about it?
Could you do it on this ribbon?
Is that the ribbon from the Lady de Villers? Is that by any chance?
Yes.
McIntyre, right? Why did you know what? Because I was looking at the map. That's why I said de Villers.
Well, I did earlier too. So
yeah, that might be why it was in my head.
We were down there fighting for a while, and I wasn't doing a lot of upkeep. It's just it smells a little like death and murder. So could you make it just kind of a neutral?
Well, because Draho wants you to do very well with the lady, and he's in full support of your budding relationship.
Insight check. With a DC of 5.
I am going to, with all of my -1 charisma, I am going to convince you that nobles are very particular to stuff being as it was when they gave it to you, but they much prefer to know that you've used it well. So you don't want to clean it because it'll make her feel like you didn't take it with you. You want to leave it dirty.
It's already been mended. I just wanted to not smell funny.
Yeah, here's the thing. Drawho, if he was trying to help you... Well, here's the thing. If Drawho was trying to help you, he'd tell you to clean it because nobles don't like dirty stuff. But he's the idiot that thinks giving her something showing her it's dirty would make her hate you. But she's, the kind of person would be like,
doing the reverse psychology thing on me is what it is.
No, Drawho's reverse psychologying himself. Because he currently thinks he's about to screw you, but I know just from the way her character is, she would be more impressed if you brought it back smelly and a little beat up because it means that you were using it, as opposed to bringing it back brand new where it looks like you just hit it in.
But you've also bested my Spaniard, which means you must have studied. Your studies.
Yeah, this is all Drawho playing deep into his politics of how he can screw you over, and it's very poorly done because it's Drawho.
Inconceivable.
Deception. Yep, that's about right.
I can roll a natural one.
You want to keep it.
I can roll a natural one and believe him. Fair is fair, and you know what? I will even do this in the roll box. How about that?
Yeah, let me see you beat me in this.
That's a 16.
No. I am completely unaware of what I'm talking about. You think I'm probably lying when I say you should keep it dirty.
But I'm smart enough to know that you're just not helping. So I'll be like, okay. So then I head over to the McGinter estate.
Okay.
McIntyre. However.
Yep.
We're just gonna rename her every chance we get.
Well, it's how he sent me the spelling the other day that threw my brain off just now. Also, you attempting to reverse psychology me, but it happened on you, but then it ended up happening on me anyway. Just kind of made me go, what?
So
Drawho has a very complicated system of trying to screw you over and failing at it.
You head over to the
it's one of his
towers.
best qualities, honestly.
And up to the appropriate floor to the McIntyre abode.
Wait, at this point, the guards know me, and we're on fist bump status.
Hey, thud. Come on in.
Hey, how's life? No.
And you can see... now I've lost his name. Todrick. That's right, Todrick. Todrick is lying on a long chase lounger. Robe sort of closed, sort of not. Looks a bit strung out.
Why does it smell green in here?
Oh, dude, that's because green is the color of life and stuff and everything. And hey!
There's a hookah right next to him, right?
Yep. What's up, Arc Dude?
Is he just staring at his quill change colors?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, I know I'm coming unannounced. My chances is how you doing, by the way?
Pretty good. Did you want an announcement, dude? Hey, Bruno, announce Arc. And Bruno comes in. Lord Arc of
just Arc.
Mr. Arc of what?
Arc's fine.
Mr. Arc.
Thanks, Bruno.
Yep. Okay.
You doing fine?
All right, that was awkward. Different, but announcements and stuff.
Right. No, I don't. I heard it was impolite in civilized places to just show up to someone's house.
No, dude. Anytime you want to come over, it's not like our dad is ever around. That's why we always say he's dead.
So, I'd like to roll using my passive perception of using my passive perception of at this point 15. Do I notice a bag of ye old Doritos?
Very much so. There are all kinds of just snack food platters sitting on one of the armoires to the side.
Okay, so I got me my stone. I got me my stoner. Okay, is your sister around, Lady McGinter?
No, dude, no. She said that you were going out on some expedition or something, and we're gonna be gone for ever. It doesn't feel like it. Well, it kind of feels like forever. It's been a while. How are you?
Ark notices the smell, and it kind of reminds him of the incense that the shaman council would use for their visions. Like, I'm doing okay. We're back from that. Did she say where she might be?
Oh, she went out on her own expedition. But I
Did
don't
so
think she was
with her?
going down the way you were, dude. No, I want to say she was going up. Or maybe east. Maybe west. Now, west wouldn't make sense, dude, because that's in the ocean. Oh, she does have a boat. She could be on the water.
Wait, she has a boat?
Yeah, it's a little schooner.
Oh, a schooner. Okay.
Just a little
What's a schooner? Because Ark does not know the different classifications of boat.
Oh, dude. Well, you got to understand it. This isn't just some simple schooner. It's actually a 2-masted schooner, and those are like so hard to come by. Like, this thing is fast. So fast.
This is okay.
And he's just kind of retches there for a moment and then wipes his face on the robe. What were we talking about?
Do you need some water?
No, I got munchies and coconuts and stuff.
I would assume, with a ship that has 2 masts, it would have some weapons. This is making sure your sister's safe, because last time she went adventuring, it didn't go so good for her.
Oh, no, it's a sailing barge, so it goes super fast, but it can also hold a whole lot of stuff. Like, it's great for transport, but more often than not, we just, take it around the lake and sometimes into the Sea of Fallen Stars.
Okay, so it's more up for the people using it to protect it than it having weapons.
Oh, yeah, more often than not.
Fair enough. I figured if you don't go too far out, you're pretty safe around here, right?
Yeah, totally. I doubt that she would be very far out.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Far out, dude. Far out.
Far out. Does he do the thing?
Yep.
All right. Ark confusedly matches his. I love how I'm half DMing this entire scene. Right. Okay. Well, if you see her, just let her know that we're back, and then I stopped by, and I just wanted to ask her for something.
And he gets up and leans in close, and he pats your chest. He's like, "No, dude, your front. This is your front. It's okay. I get confused all the time."
You got the good stuff. At least we know that. Whoever his dealer is, like, he's got the premium stuff. Okay. I'm like, Ark's gonna look at him confused, but kind of gets that, like, what is happening? Like, you sure you don't want that water, buddy?
Nah. I'll have Bruno bring in some coconut stuff later.
Coconut. Okay.
Super hydrating. It's really great.
All right. Hey! Don't forget, we got a big fight coming up too. But
we do, the word, dude. You would mop the floor with me. Like, that's not even fair. You're like almost twice my size.
Well, I mean, Kibble's like to my kneecap, and he can hit a lot harder than me per hit.
Oh, dude, that's even more weird.
I meant in the underground. Our team has a fight. Remember?
Oh, in the wink place. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that there might be a reschedule. We're working on that.
Oh.
I'll keep you posted. Okay? Because I wouldn't want you to miss that.
Yeah.
Just remember, you're gonna bet on us this time, right?
Right, like I did last time.
I let him have that one. Okay. Speaking of which, I need to talk to about that. So you sit back down.
Okay. Just as you have some charcuterie on your way out if you want, dude. It's wonderful. There's some lamb up there. Oh, it's fantastic. How did that puke get on the floor?
I'm gonna look at the. He said there was lamb there.
Yep.
Can I tell how long it's been sitting out?
Not terribly long. It looks like it's fairly fresh. Like how to put it? Like lamb chops. There's a small spread of like mint jelly next to it.
The lamb pops.
Mm-hmm.
I smell the mint jelly and I get curious, so I'm assuming there's a spoon around.
Oh yeah, the tiniest
Okay.
spoon you have ever seen.
Is it silver?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that and thinking I might break it just by touching it.
Like
And
it's smaller
because of
than your
the-
pinky.
And because of the state you've got this guy in, I'm going to extend one of my claws, scoop it up. How's he react?
He's totally chill.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You need to be LSD if you were. Okay. How do I like the mint jelly?
I don't know. How do you like the mint jelly? Is Ark a fan of mint jelly?
He's never had mint jelly, so
Nobody should like mint jelly.
he does, in fact, like it. With a 15 to enjoyment.
There you go. Now,
Enjoyment is not a stat.
It's the salty, it's the
Not with
sweet,
that
it's the
added.
mint. Oh man.
You know, as confusing as some of the things in the city are, you got good food.
Mm-hmm. It's all about the sauces, dude. All about the sauces.
You'll have to have me over for dinner sometime. And everyone else, of course, because that would be rude to not invite everyone.
Sure, but
yeah.
I don't think I could eat all of you, dude.
You have a good day, Chodrick, and I just don't walk out.
Bye.
As Emily looked at Bruno, I'm like, you give him water, possibly medicine.
Okay. I think we can do that.
Whatever he's been using in there, it's very strong.
Are you sure we have to?
I mean, I'm not your boss. Please.
Well, okay, fine.
Do you want to explain to his sister what happened to him?
I think she'd understand.
Do you bet your life on it?
I
I
think
guess
I
I
might.
would.
I think I might.
I guess I would like to attempt an intimidation. Oh, this time it might actually work. Even with my -2, which I'm assuming is still permanent.
What you got?
Unless that effect from the axe wore off, my intimidation is 18.
18. You two kind of stare back and forth at each other and get that mutual intimidation thing going on. And then he kind of chuckles and pats you on the arm. Okay, dude. Okay. I'll make sure that he's okay.
Did he get an 18 too?
Yep.
That would be this session.
The Deep Gnome session is the session of all the wild rolls.
No, it's just that we lock eyes at each other and we become best friends over how much we're trying to scare each other. So it's like FMA when Armstrong became best friends with the one guy from the Muscles. They got 2 pushing pencils. Okay, and then I leave.
Okay.
So somewhat disappointed. And I go to where Castigan should be.
Headed back to Illwater or to his
Wherever his base of operations is in town.
Okay.
Because
So
I'm assuming he didn't take everyone he knows with him.
nope. That will functionally be over here in the market district somewhere. And
Okay.
it seems to be just like a little smithery.
Okay. Knock, knock.
You hear kind of a jingle on the other side.
But by the way, it has been 3-ish days. Has the accent started to wear off?
At this point, it is.
Okay. But I'm still not charming, I take it.
Correct. Permanent effect.
Curse you!
That is what it
Yes,
is.
quite specifically. Okay. Hello. Is cast again? Come back. I say this all in Dwarvish.
Half elf female opens up the door. She's like, you realize this is a door to a shop. It opens. Are you okay, honey? Do you need us to call someone?
Or get a contact.
How long was I in that room with Todrick?
Well, you've always had an issue with doors. Let's be honest.
You're also pondering what day is it right now.
I need you to tell me that I can leave this room if I want to.
Can Ark taste color right now?
I can see sounds. I switched back to common. Oh, nope, sorry. I was looking for Castigan if he was in.
Yeah, no, I heard that part. He's not back. He's evidently on a trip.
Right. No, I was on the trip with him. My name's Ark.
So you were on the trip with him, and he's not back. Is everything okay?
No, he's alive. He just decided to stay back and I think help with reinforcing the. Look, I'm the guy who got him out of his post after 75 years of being there.
Oh, that guy. Okay, well, come on in.
Actually, pull out the letter he sent me.
Yep. I know who you are, and she kind of pats you on the shoulder. Come on in. What do you need?
I was just wondering if he was back yet because I knew he said he might be a day or two.
Oh, not yet.
I just wanted to ask him a question. That was all. But just if you could take a note.
Sure.
Just let him know that Ark came by, and that I wanted to know that maybe in after we've kind of settled the last of the business we were on, you'll understand.
This isn't anything illicit, is it?
No, it's
like,
just.
I know there are a lot of mushrooms down there, and I hope that's not coming back.
One of them asked me for my fur, and it wanted to give me wood. It was weird.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm perfectly fine. I just when I'm done with the business at hand, if he would be willing to maybe teach me to smith.
I think I'll definitely pass that along, and as long as there's nothing illicit going on, I have a feeling he'll be okay with that.
He's fine.
How long have you
I
been
like
back?
the draw host supposed to be the socially inept one.
About a day and look, I took a -2 to charisma, and that's still affecting me. Voice in my head, who I am not actually talking to. That's not out loud. And the fact that I need to specify that
means that we're appropriately role playing.
that was meta role playing. No, but it's I've been back about a day and a half ish, maybe not a full day.
How long should we be expecting him?
Not sure, but hopefully by the end of the 10-day, I would imagine. I mean, it's kind of up to him.
Okay. You see her look back towards a back room. Pair of eyes.
He is alive, perfectly healthy. The last I saw him, which was when we were leaving the place. I've already saying too much, and I think I'm making it worse for myself. But anyway, just leave him the note, and I'm gonna go. And also, you have my name in case you are suspicious of me.
Okay.
To him, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable. I'm not lying. You know who I am.
To me, that's a vague threat. You have my name. You know who I am.
But I'm not actively trying to intimidate, and if I did, I'd probably make them less suspicious.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else for day 2?
Unless anybody else has some shenanigans to get up to.
Masaki was just going to go to Lotions, Potions, Notions, do some shopping, try to wheel and deal some services, and then explore the city more, since she's only been here the last couple of 10-day that we were up here before we descended.
Sure. So you handle all the stuff at Lotions, Notions, and Potions that we talked about already. And as you wander the city, you end up going through. Where are you?
Scooby-Doo.
There it is. A portion of the Foreign District and into the Harbor District. And as you're walking along Ivory Way, you end up coming across a small shop that looks Karaturan in kind of its fashion.
Okay.
Karturan, what's...
Faerunian for Eastern or Oriental.
That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure.
You went to Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
I will enter and see what they have.
All right. Within the first room, to those notes, because that's a different mod. Within the first room, there's a well-groomed middle-aged man. His kind of dress is rather form-fitted but elegant, obviously of Karaturan design. He has a thin mustache and tiny pointed beard, and his eyebrows kind of raise and then crease as he greets you. Ah, I am Master Lao. How may I serve you today?
I am fairly new and was wandering through the city and have come across your shop, and it is charming to see something here, and I was coming in to see what all you had for wares.
Ah, I am very pleased that you have come by. And he kind of points around the shop, and you see that it's a shelf-lined room that's crammed with just Karaturan objects and artwork, things that are very reminiscent to some of the things that you saw in your younger days.
Hey, baby girl. I just wanted to let you know that I'll stay home.
And from the back
spend time
room.
with my daughter.
Oh,
That's all there is to leave the shop.
The things that are well timed.
yes.
It's
yes.
funny, the one time you accidentally leave the mic on, that's what we hear.
Well, he's probably having a good convo with the daughter.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And he probably does, and he's probably not within earshot of ears.
So, you see a variety of like
Not a problem.
large white and blue vases, a couple
What
jade-looking
time do you want picked up
pots.
on Friday?
Kai, mute your mic.
I got it. There we go.
I was going to say.
I just like to imagine there's just a creepy dude in the corner of the shop whispering at you as you're trying to do business.
No, that would be the voices from the back of the room. That's from behind the counter. We can't see through the curtain.
Just talking to a stone of sending.
You see Master Lao go over to the kind of a beaded curtain, opened it up just slightly and go, shh, and then shut it and turn back around.
I thought you were telling me he threw something through the curtain.
This is my favorite session.
Oh.
We have
So-
all variety of Karaturan objects. Is there anything of particular interest you are looking for?
It's been so long. Anything from, and I'll name roughly the province that the shrine would have been set in.
Ah, yes. One small item, a pendant, and he leads you over to kind of a jewelry case. And what you see in it, and that he's pointing at, is this kind of pale green jade pendant, fairly similar to what you saw with the dragon pendant earlier, just not in those particular colors, in the way that the carvings are.
Right.
The representation on it is of a pair of koi fish that are kind of circling within a pond.
Careful, you girl, you turn into the moon.
History check.
Go for it. Let's see, that's an 18, it looks like. It's very reminiscent of an area not far from the Shrine that actually makes this. Specifically, a shop that's based around the sales of koi and a variety of just various different jade jewelry.
Okay.
You think you might have been through it in your childhood.
Okay. Just can't remember if there might have been any story associated with the symbolism as well.
Not that you're specifically picking up. It looks like it's more of an art piece than like more of a yin yang kind of symbol.
Right. How much?
For this piece, only 5 gold.
Okay.
Haggle, man. It's haggle time.
Masaki is not Draho.
5 gold's 5 gold, baby.
What of any artisans from the east? Are there any in residence?
Not many outside of this house are from Kartor. They I should say we looked upon poorly within the city.
I see. That is a shame.
Yes. Our part with a prior war has led to destabilized national relations.
Out of character, we're referring to when the horde came through?
Yep.
Okay.
And based on your history check before, you would know that at the time the Karatorn embassy was disassembled.
Right. Well then, it shall be a long time till I probably make it back home. May I have the medallion?
Of course. He steps behind the counter, opens up the glass case, grabbing a silk handkerchief, picks it up gingerly, and places it on the counter before you.
And I will reach into the sleeves and pull out the appropriate gold pieces.
Okay. Your business is most appreciated. You are welcome back here at any time.
Thank you. It is nice to see a little bit of home.
Of course. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah.
26 is very nice. You see sitting in a corner
Kurt Russell.
Totally.
No.
He's in big trouble.
It's round job. Short round.
There's a chest that looks to be have been made from wood. It's finely lacquered to a deep black finish that almost has a reflective quality to it. So reflective that you can see kind of a dim ghostly form of yourself in that reflection. The area kind of on the front of the chest, which has a variety of enameling and gilding. The enameling on the front depicts a fierce battle between ghoulish creatures and a landscape of fire and smoke. The images are highly detailed, but they don't seem to resemble anything in particular, but rather more of a generic and fantastical beings.
Okay.
The legs on this chest are gilded in gold in a flame motif. The design pattern continues along up the corners of the chest where the flames converge in kind of a triangular peak towards the front. Set within the gilded wood are precious or semi-precious stones, including jade, topaz, and mother of pearl.
Good shopkeeper. That is a very unique and interesting piece.
Ah, yes, the box.
The box. Do you know of any provenance behind this box?
It is old piece made for imperial family. Its power has been reduced, but it is best left where it is.
Curious. Sounds like you know of tales surrounding said box.
Ah, yes, we recently received this box, and thanks to another group of adventurers, were able to uncover its secrets. Unfortunately, they were cursed in their troubles.
I see. What does it do?
It once held a portion of the spirit of Orcus.
Once. In other words, they opened it and released it?
Indeed, and were branded for such.
That is a curse. Yep.
Yep, nothing with that religion.
Inspiration.
Yeah, no. We'll check to see if I could continue with some of the story with him. Is it safe sitting in that corner?
Safer there than in the hands of anyone.
Well, keep it safe.
Yes.
Should you need help,
And moderately secret.
should you need help, I could be found at this address.
Thank you. May have other things come up, and we'll certainly reach out. Have you
Yes.
a full adventuring party?
I believe so.
Interesting. We generally contract through Richco. Who are you with?
Kedra, who are we with?
Independent contractors, baby.
Okay. I believe
We're with us.
yeah. Okay. I believe the associates that I have joined with are independent. I believe they call themselves Arachnophobia.
Ah, interesting. That was afraid of spiders?
I am not, but that was the name they called their group when I found them.
Ah, I see.
It's time what the criminals of this town shared our dread.
There's a long, complex history with arachnophobia. Don't question it.
Provided that
we're not the adventuring group the city deserves, but we're the one it needs right now.
No. We're not the adventuring group the city wants. We're just the one they're stuck with.
Provided that no spider things come up, I will most certainly reach out.
Very well. If
It
there
would
were,
make sense if you
if
met
there
our
were,
call.
We do more than spiders.
I have yet to see anything that has made this group run away from.
Ah, that is good to know.
Yeah. Well then, thank you for your hospitality, good sir.
It has been a pleasure.
Yes. And I'll leave
All right.
with my pendant.
Meanwhile, I've been heading over to our Fight Club patron.
Okay. So
I
he's,
want to get that done.
He's,
But if anyone else had something they wanted to describe, they can go ahead.
silence.
No,
Anything
else I
I've got
wanna
going on
do-
doesn't happen for another month.
Yeah, and everything I got to do is going to happen off screen because it's just minutia of running Draho's businesses.
Yep.
It will not be entertaining to you guys. I promise you that.
All
I
right.
don't know. Having you draw your way through things can be kind of funny.
So off to Alinor. You get out to his small estate north of the city. And
Is he doing target practice again?
He is. There are explosions that you hear from out back.
You know, I'm so used to ordering those dropped on me that I'm not scared of them anymore, so I'm going to just make sure to call out, it's Ark!
You hear it, come on back!
And then, again. He doesn't care. Like, hey, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. What's going on, sir? I'm surprised to see you back so quickly.
Yeah, we're pretty efficient when we want to be. We weren't trying to impress anyone, honestly. No, got to give them a good show in the pits, right?
Indeed. And
so,
he puffs a cigar real quick and then flings another fireball.
Does he light it with the casting line? Just
no, it's already lit.
Right. So two things actually regarding that. One, did you find out who was trying to kill us, or at least make us not so good?
Still looking into that. There's a couple different thieves guilds that it might be. Another independent contractor set like yourselves. And some more simplistic options.
Okay. And when's our next fight again?
That is supposed to be calendar.
Because I don't think we were given a date when we left.
Yep, you were, because I noted it.
I think you told me. I'm not sure
Business
if you know.
payments. There we
I'm
are.
not sure if the party was what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's because I'm too far down. Oh, not that one. That one. At the end of not this 10 day, but next 10 day. So the 20th of Marpanoff.
Okay. It's just we're not quite done with our little errand.
I see. You need some extra time.
Maybe. We're trying to work around it. Weird requests, actually. Do you think you could convince them to push it up a little?
That is doubtful. The other teams have gone on vacation out the city.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, we're just we're trying to we got to go to an island, so we're trying to figure out our ship situation because we're going into, I guess, some pirate territory, and you got to be at least a little crazy or just very good at what you do. Combination thereof.
That is true.
To go there on purpose. So we're not sure when our main lead may be in town, so we're just figuring that out.
All right. Well, I'll talk to my contacts and see if I can get them to push that off for a little bit longer.
Okay. At least it gives us a better time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. I don't suppose you have any idea what we might be facing. I get that they're pretty good about keeping that a surprise until the day.
He chuckles heavily. Yeah, but if I told you, then I'd get fined for that. Let's just say it's gonna be big.
I wink at him. I've got a plan for that.
Good.
I know the plan.
You know, the one-time Draho interjecting from beyond when he doesn't know what's going on, I'll give you that one.
Just remember you telling me what you plan to do, and I think it's going to really annoy the DM.
It would actually help if we had two of another thing, but we'll find out if that's an option.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a different discussion you guys don't need to know for a while. All right, well, and I look over at the smoldering crater he's just making bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Bored?
Nope, I love doing this all day long.
Have fun with that, and I walk away. I actually walk back toward the mansion, and does anyone else have anything they want to mention they're doing today? Because I feel like I'm kind of I feel like I have a monopoly on the day.
Well, you're the only one that's doing stuff that isn't behind the scenes that they want to keep other people from knowing about, or is just straight up
As
boring.
far as you know.
For the first time in I think like 9 mentions today, somebody used the word monopoly correctly.
I saw the opportunity. So
I feel like you're directing that at me, almost as if I have a monopoly on that attention.
Do you feel attacked?
I'm proud of you.
So nothing else for today then?
Well, actually, I was going to head back to the manor, and if Kibble wasn't in the middle of something, I wanted a little assistance from him.
Sure. What's up?
Okay. So I know you learned how to do like jewel crafting and stuff. When Draho sent you to school. Now I want to do this myself, but I want to carve a bear paw into this gem, and I just want I want you to like kind of like walk me through it. Okay.
Okay. You're going to want something that's like that to try it out on first.
Oh, okay. So basically, like I find a piece of parchment because I'm sure we have tons of that lying around, and I sort of like draw out like the basic pattern of how I want to do it, and and then maybe have Kibble like draw a better version because he's much more dexterous and trained than I am. So basically, I just wanted to look like a bear paw. And, it doesn't have to be great. I just want it to be like the basic shape. It's nothing too elaborate. Like it looks almost just like, if someone had like a really cheap like rubber stamp and ink to ink and then poof,
Help if I click the right button. There we go. That'll do. He gives you a bit better of a sketch. Not superb, but fairly nice. Okay, now, and he picks up a stone from inside his bag. Now, go ahead and take this and put that over it and hold the paper down.
Okay. I try to do this carefully because I know that I can easily break paper.
And he takes out another piece of paper, kind of draws a little something else, puts down another stone, hands you a small tool, and pulls out the same one. And you see him slowly trying to chisel it. And you got to do it really soft so you don't break through it.
Okay. And I do take my time with this.
Okay.
So
go ahead and roll a basic tool proficiency check.
Okay, so what ability score would I add to this?
For this, it would probably be Dex.
Okay. And since Kibble is there helping me, do I get advantage?
You may.
Thank you. Not great. 11.
Okay. So you get through a chunk of it, and then it kind of mars off of one of the talon portions of the bear paw. And you see that streak as you go through it. You're like, And so he pulls out another one, puts it in front of you, redraws it out for you, and sets it down.
Okay. You gonna go again?
Okay.
Okay. Haha, 17.
Okay. So you're able to make it through on this one and get that nicely drawn in there. It's like, okay, so that was good. Now you got to do it on the piece that you actually want it on. And just be really careful.
Okay. Kibble, do you believe in me?
Let's see how much he believes in you.
I'm just saying that he could say some words that may or may not be inspirational in a way.
That he can. I'm just also seeing whether or not he has guidance. He does not.
Misaki, I think, would have guidance. Do you have guidance, Misaki?
Where are you doing this at?
At the mansion.
I'll walk up, pat you on the back. You got
this. This is like in the evening. Yeah.
All right. Plus a D8 of bardic inspiration as he kind of goes through a long mnemonic structuring about how to go about jewel crafting.
Oh, that would make it more confusing. And then guidance is a D4, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Here comes an actual one.
You shut your face. Not fair, Draho.
You also have inspiration, so you're fine.
Don't get No, because the last time I got cocky, X got punched in the face. Stop that. I'm being extremely humble about this Etsy project. Oh, I only rolled maximum on the bonus dice and an 18 on the die, so that's 32.
There you go. That is the most
I learned real
exquisite
quick, apparently.
bear paw on Jade or Jasper. Jasper?
Boom!
Jasper.
Yeah, Jasper.
Yeah, so that was. I love how like I had to like counteract all of your craziness, and I rolled almost as well as I possibly could. Like I only rolled 2 below as best as I could do with all that.
All right. So you have that set. Let's move into day 3 so that we can get into the start of that next portion.
Actually, this next part I would like Kibble's help with. I want to take a couple gold coins and melt them down.
Oh yeah.
And I'll let him fill in where I was carved it.
Okay.
I'll leave that part to him.
Yeah, we'll handle that post. So you guys get up day 3 and start heading out to the hero's funeral area. Coming up the hill over towards that hero's area, you see a small group of 7 people gathered there near the outskirts of a plot. A large mound of dirt sits to one side of the plot, and from this distance you can make out just a bit of conversation taking place. A younger-looking man dressed in simple brown pants and a black wool shirt is speaking to what you presume, by the priestly vestments, is the chaplain overseeing the funerary rites. Hey, Mr. Lord Arch Prelate, Mr. Blacktree, sir. I think we can get started because I doubt anybody else is going to be arriving, and I really can't be late for work. And you see Tobias kind of step up. Settle down there, Griv. It'll just be a few more, and I'm sure they'll be here quite soon.
Run that title he just addressed him by again?
He said, Mr. Lord Arch Prelate Blacktree, sir.
Whoa.
Blacktree looks up kind of in your guys' direction. I see. Looks like they're arriving now. I'll allow just a few moments for pleasantries, and then we shall be getting started as our dearly departed family member's request has been put. And you see Tobias and the young man that he called Griv turn towards you. Griv's face is a scowl as he turns back towards the open grave, closing in his eyes in that kind of same fluid motion. Tobias walks up. Welcome all. Come on up and find a patch of grass to stand in. Sorry about the boy. He's been taking things a bit hard. But in your luck, that over there is Admiral Blackmantle. He pulled into port a bit earlier than expected. He's the one there in the overly elaborate trench coat. And so the others that you see there, familiar form of Lady Liara de Villers, dressed in a black gown. Logan de Villers, the paladin that you've met that's wearing the black balaclava. The one that you would assume is the retired Rear Admiral Quincy Blackmantle, wearing what looks to be a hefty, thick leather trench coat that's been regaliaed out in old Navy kind of pins and awards. Griv, the boy that we already discussed, and the priest, Blacktree. Looking at him, you see a holy symbol hanging around his neck that is the pendant of Tyr. And with that, as we're hitting 9:30, we'll pause and pick up next week.
We're good.
Sweet.
All right. As always, thank you to all of our viewers for watching, and likewise, thank you to the players for playing. See you all next week, same time.
Yes.